Alrighty, everybody, and welcome to Halloween Nights at Daytona here for High Velocity Racing League on the High Velocity Racing Network. My name is Matthew Chase. Joining me in the booth tonight, Bryce Fontaine. We're going to get some ARCA cars going around here at Daytona International Speedway. How you doing tonight, Bryce?
Oh, doing pretty well, man. Always a good time to see some super speedway racing. These are probably, in my personal opinion, my least favorite cars for super speedway racing, but I know we got a decent amount of drivers in here, some cool paint schemes, and a lot of people that are wanting to win some money tonight, so it should be a good one.
And we're going to try to find some of these cars that have these paint schemes because we do have some money on the line tonight. $30 to the best Halloween paint voted on by myself, Bryce, Happy, and folks watching from home in the chat. So as we go through some of these drivers, go ahead and pop your vote in the chat, and we will we'll get that money to them. Right there, though, we are looking at Reno Connor in the number 17. Decent-looking spooky car there, black and orange, and looks like some pumpkins and some scream faces and some villains there.
Yeah, I know Colton Lanford's did a quick glance at it. He's got a pretty good looking one as well. Looks like it may, forgotten exactly what's on there, but I believe it was kind of some Scream inspired stuff there.
Yep, saw that. Yeah, and it looks like some blood and gore there on the bottom and the back of the car. Yeah, that looks good. Chris Romano out there in a purple and orange car. Looks like he's got the Reese's Pumpkins on the car tonight. And then who's that right behind them in the 20? Bryce Tucker. He's got the Halloween theme as well. Some black and red, some goriness all over his. It's hard to see some of these because, like you said, the cameras aren't the greatest.
No, they are not. Looks like Grady's in the pits. I'm just going down the result list, but Grady's in the pits. He's got, I know that's from a movie. I don't know what movie that's from, but he's got it loud and clear there on the hood.
Let's see.
Yeah, number 8 of John Shields got a nice one. Number 6 of James Edwards is pretty nice too. Very Halloween inspired as well.
John Shields. Take a look at John Shields. Yeah, he's got Pennywise and some other ones there on the front of that car. A little bit of blood all over the 8 car for John Shields tonight.
A little bit more than a little bit.
Maybe a lot of it. You might have found somebody, you know. See who else.
A lot of good looking cars out there tonight though.
Chris Weiniger in the 53. Let's take a look at what he's got on the front of that car. Happy Halloween. Can't really tell what that is because the camera.
I think it's a burning skeleton on the hood. I don't know. I'm not a very scary movie connoisseur person, but I don't know if that's from anything. But it looks like a fiery skeleton on the hood. Yeah, just kind of a fire and kind of gore theme going all around it. Again, these great broadcast cameras provided by the iRacing service.
Let's see if we can find any more. KLD's, no, he's running a normal 35. No, just red, white, and blue there for Shane Williams. Bad Miller in the 81. Got a Vegemite on the car. That could be considered something Halloween themed. That's kind of spooky.
The scariest one would be a picture of Happy's face. I wonder if anybody's running that one out there.
I'm glad you're in such a good mood. I thought you'd be upset since Denny Hamlin didn't win the championship today.
I can't say my comments on what I think about Denny Hamlin on a live stream anyway, so. But I could care less that he didn't win if you want the God honest truth.
Let's see if we go down pit road here.
Yeah, I saw, there we go, Forrest Martin. I don't know if he's been looked at here so far, but he's got some spider webs and some mischievous Halloween looking stuff on his.
Yeah, bear with me for a second. I'm going to change some of these cameras and get these a little bit closer because that is bothering me. So
yeah, that's
right. We're about to get into some qualifying anyway.
let's try
Have about the 10 seconds.
Let's Try to zoom some of these TV ones in and stuff, you know. TV twos as well, because they're not doing very good.
The cameras are not cameraing, that is for sure.
They are cameraing very poorly, that is for sure. All right, as practice concludes, we'll get ready to go to qualifying. Let's see who the very first car is ready to go. Looks like Daniel Everly's on pit road. Who's the first one out, though? That is going to be Everly.
Very good upcoming driver right here.
Yeah, he's got a win and a second-place finish in his last 2 races, so.
Looks like a little bit of Five Nights at Freddy's possibly on his car as well. The Chevy Impala SS.
We'll see what he's got. We'll take a look at a few of the other cars as they're coming out for their hot laps. James Edwards, he looks like he's got some bloodiness all over his car in the number 6 as well. This one was the one I was excited to see. I saw it in a picture, but the number 5 of Ryan Stevenson, he's got a really cool looking number he painted on the side of his car as well for the number 5 car.
Oh yeah, it's pretty clever what he's got going on over there.
All right, Everly should be going on his first lap here. Looks like he's running the high side, trying to gain some of that momentum. Smart thing to do here for your first lap. Just try to get as much speed into the car as you can. Now for your second lap, what do you think is the best approach here for these guys, Bryce?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is just keeping a steady wheel. I mean, that kind of above all else really is what helps determine a lap. I don't know what the weather situation is like. I don't know if there's variable wind that could come into play. But the biggest thing is getting that car as close to the apron as you can possibly get it without hitting it and being on top of it. And then, like I said, just keeping that smooth wheel. Every little micro correction, every little thing that you do here with the steering wheel, especially in the corners, can scrub speed. And you know, with the lap times being as close as they are at a super speedway like this, you know, we've seen it where it comes down to hundreds, sometimes even thousands as far as a lap time. So if you can be smooth and just make sure you're carrying as much momentum as possible, that's going to be the key.
Chris Romano got his lap down. Everly right now sits in 6th, Romano in 8th. Fastest right now, Ryan Stevenson in the number 5, 51.532. As the time start rolling in, people start getting farther and farther up the list. Right now, Thad Miller and Corey Moore leading the way, as they've even knocked Stevenson down. 51.48 is pretty good, though, for these cars. Everly's second lap of 51.557, so he'll be sitting in 6th as Romano jumps up even higher than him now and knocks him down a spot.
And there is variable wind out there too, so that will come into a little bit of a factor. It doesn't look like it's anything too crazy still, you know, about a 2 mile an hour kind of gap between the wind right now, but it is varying from the east and the northeast, and that could affect the lap time as well. So if you go out there just right and you can get a tailwind, you know, a high tailwind is for as much of the lap as possible, that's going to help, and that'll kind of really bail you out too if you're not super smooth.
And Corey Moore coming around for his second lap right now. And looks like 5.21 going to be the best that he can do. P4 right now for the 45. Brent McKee on his second lap right now put himself up to P number 2 in the number 92 car. There's an opportunity there for McKee to possibly get out onto the pole. As Tucker jumps himself up to P2 with a 495. And Weiniger fast lap 474 for the 53 car. And that was on his second lap. Kern also on his second lap will jump now to the pole with a 444.
That guy.
You know, I specifically asked that guy if he was racing, and he told me no. What a guy.
He wasn't. He was last minute, 12th hour. Let me in. Here's my money.
Let's see, Forrest Martin.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, we literally completed the podcast, and he's like, "Hey, I feel like racing. I'm gonna put money in." Let's see, Forrest Martin on his second lap right now.
He's a little not far off the bottom, but I'd like to see him closer. We'll see. That may not necessarily kill his lap, but he definitely could be a little bit closer to that apron.
Right now sits 26th. He will jump up to 19th into the top 20. And I believe that is time there for the qualifying session. So we will quickly go over a driver's meeting here, and we'll be right back with the grid, and we'll get started on this race. right. We're going to quickly go through the grid in a little bit of a different fashion than we normally do, just so we can take a look at the paint schemes for everybody so that the people watching can put their votes in. Starting on the pole position is the number 31 of William Kern. Looks like he's just running a normal red jacket paint scheme that he normally would run in his other series. Starting outside of row number 1, though, is Chris Weiniger in the 53 with a Happy Halloween. Looks like a burning skeleton on the front and some flames all around the bottom there. We cannot see the 81 of Thad Miller right now, but I remember he was the Vegemite car, I believe. So, again, a spooky theme there, starting in the 3rd position. Bryce Tucker got Michael Myers on the front here in the number 20, starting P4. And taking a look at the back of it. Just looks like some blood and everything all over the car. So looks pretty good. Starting in P5 is Brent McKean, number 92. Looks like Red Bull scheme there for Brent. KT McCann starting in the 6th position in the 95. He's got the Monster Energy, so battle of the energy drinks there on row number 3. Corey Moore in the PBR car in the number 45, so normal paint scheme there for Corey Moore, as well as Sean Wilder in the HVRL paint scheme, number 99. Ryan Stevenson starting P9 in the 5 car has Pennhurst Asylum on the car, and a lot of blood and gore there for him. Rounding out the top 10 to start this race is the number 44, Chris Romano, and it's not what I thought it was. It looks like skeletons, Reese's Skeletons, instead of the Reese's Pumpkins there for the 44 car. Jace Keller looks like he's running a normal paint scheme tonight in the number 1, starting in P11, and then P12 will be your Season 1 ARCA champion, the 51 car of Brandon Dayhoff. 25 Colton Lanford starts in 13th position. Looks like a multitude of different villains there. Car looks pretty good though. To his outside is the 17 of Reno Connor. The Full Tilt Racing on the front, with the orange and black for the race tonight. Not too bad. The side I think looks a little bit different. We'll take a look, see if we can get a look at the side. Not from that angle, we can't. There we go. Got the Scream, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, all the villains, the normal Halloween style villains. As KLD's in the 35, that's a normal paint scheme for him. He starts in 15th with Daniel Everly to the outside in the number 66. Like you said, kind of the Five Nights at Freddy's look there for him. Randy Post in the number 7. It's a normal paint scheme for Randy. He's got the 54 on the car, but 7 in iRacing. He starts in 17th. 18th will be James Edwards in the number 6. Again, has Pennywise, some other different Halloween-style villains. At the back, it has the blood all over the back of that car. Forrest Martin. Nightmare Before Christmas on the front of that car for the 19. Take a look at the back. Oh, man. Oh, that's cool. I didn't get to see the back of the car before. That's really cool. Like that paint scheme a lot. Braden Deaney, the number 16, starting in the 20th position. Looks like a relatively normal paint scheme with Good Talk Dayhoff on the back. Tim Taylor tonight in the 12, but also in the 18 apparently. Looks like a PPG paints.
Got Ryan Blaney in this row.
Well, I see that. It's the Ryan Blaney row as Eli Stack, and the 26 is running the number 12 as well. The Jack Links car there for Eli. Stanley Hill looks like a Halloween Coca-Cola paint scheme in the 86 tonight. That looks really nice. I like the jack-o'-lanterns all over the car. And the paint, the number paint looks really good too. Thad's not going to make it back in. That's unfortunate. We were talking about your Vegemite car, so that's unfortunate, Thad. Take a look at Christopher Lindsay to the outside there. Looks like Happy Halloween with Frankenstein and looks like some other people there. Can't really tell with the angle of the car. Very nice though. You can get him going there. Bobby Grady, we talked about him in the 14 tonight. Very good looking car. Gregory Vadney in the 65. Shane Williams looks like a pretty normal paint scheme for him as well. Kean Fry. And then John Shields. Actually, this is the second style of this paint scheme that we've seen. So that's going to get us going here.
Well, that Bryce Fontaine scary row there, that's pretty scary.
That's the artist formerly,
jobs,
that's
yeah.
the artist formerly known as Bryce Fontaine, number 12.
Correct.
whole row. They're dressing up like you, Bryce.
Well, the former me.
Yes.
As much as it pains me to let that number go. Done some great things in that number, but it's no longer about me. Got a quick number change, but nonetheless, lights are off on the pace car. It looks like everybody's getting stacked up, ready to go. I mean, this ARCA car is sketchy, so I would really think that, especially being there 125 laps tonight, I'm sure a lot of these guys are going to take the first bit of this race here to kind of get familiar with the car and get familiar. I know we got guys that are in here that from varying seasons or series, that don't really race together all too often. So I'm sure everybody will kind of play it safe. But we see how that works out for people in Halloween movies when they try to play it safe. So who knows what's going to happen.
You can't play it safe. If you play it safe, you find yourselves getting chopped up by the chainsaw or the knife or the claws, or pick your favorite Halloween villain.
Just stop running upstairs.
Just don't run upstairs. Don't hide behind the couch. Stop tripping over stuff, and let's go racing. As Kern leads him into the restart zone, the green flag flies, and here we go. We're racing here from Daytona for spooky Halloween nights. And we do have a lot of the ARCA guys racing in this race as well, so these drivers will at least have a slight advantage kind of knowing how this car handles at Daytona. And we know Will can hold a good wheel on the bottom. He's done that in multiple series across HVRL. And a great start for him on the bottom as he and Brent McKee are able to start getting that inside lane going. Corey Moore looking to get to the outside quickly.
And already it looks like we have a little bit of a breakaway. We kind of got two packs forming. It looks like maybe about, 20 or so back and a good little gap. I don't think it's something that they're not going to be able to come back from, but they're going to have to definitely get organized if they're going to want to catch up. I mean, if these guys in the front pack start side drafting and moving around like we see Chris Weiner, if that continues to happen, that will allow that second pack to get closer, but they're definitely still going to have to be coordinated if they want a chance of not losing that draft.
Well, we don't have any people in the chat today, but we do have a big group in the K&W chat with Bobby Grady, Bryce Tucker, Chris Weiniger, Post, and Sean Wilder. So look for them to link up here.
Yeah, if they can get together, they will definitely be making moves. But right now, Brent McKee doing a great job pushing Will on that inside lane, that 92 car. Getting that 31 pushed back out front down the super straight, and a great job to get Will back out to the race lead once again. And he's done a good job of staying square. That's something that maybe we didn't see a lot of at the super speedways in the ARCA series this season, but so far a great job all around from these drivers.
Yeah, and one thing these guys need to do, as well as making sure their pushes are straight, they need to manage those temps as well, especially when we kind of get gridlock like this. Not a lot of movement right now. Everybody's just kind of riding in. Even if you're 5-6 cars in, you're still going to have some decently hot internal temperatures. Nothing crazy, but if it comes time to make a move and you're already hot, it's going to definitely limit the amount of time you can be really aggressive on the pushes.
Now Will's going to be the one pushing. I know personally how good of a pusher Will is. You as well, Bryce, as he's gotten some really great runs for you in other series through HVRL and other leagues as well. But right now, he's going to be the one pushing the 45 of Corey Moore around on the inside lane. Right now, Chris Weiniger and Bryce Tucker leading the outside.
Yeah, and those two names familiar with each other up top as well. KT, he's been in here since day one. So those are three guys that are pretty familiar with, each other. And we'll see what happens. Again, right now, it kind of looks like everybody's just chilling out. It looks like the 92 might have a little bit of damage on the front left. I don't know if that's kind of just a net code thing. Will, because Will was the first car, so I don't imagine there would have been a checkup there. That's something to keep an eye on as well. I haven't been in these cars in quite a while, but when I did run them, these cars are very finicky, and you see it there. Will kind of gets into Corey Moore there in the corner, trying to push him, and he gets loose, able to save it. Kind of disperses the field up a little bit, but they keep it clean, they keep it straight, so we'll continue racing on. But that's exactly what I was talking about right there, is you get close to them, and if you're not 100% square, or even if you are sometimes, it'll just kick that car out in front and get it loose.
And all that did was allow the top three on the outside to get down to the bottom, and they are a little bit out in front of the guy in fourth right now, Corey Moore. We have
someone spinning off the track in that second pack there.
That's going to be Eli Stack. We'll take a look at what happened here. Eli, big checkup on the inside and nowhere to go as around he went. Ooh, a hard shot to the right rear of that car. Who else is that? Is that Stanley Hill? Yeah, Stanley Hill involved in that as well. See if we can catch exactly what happened. I think he was the one that actually got the spinning going for, yeah, he was.
Yeah, Eli Stack, I don't know, a little bit of a checkup, I guess, in those front two cars, but it looks like Stack tries to get out of the way and then tries to get back in the line on the bottom. It just wasn't clear. Not really much that anybody could do there. Kind of just a racing deal. But yeah, he looks like he'll be okay. I don't know that he'll need to use a fast repair. He may still elect to use it, but I mean, plenty of time left. He can try to get that thing together over the course of the race.
Yeah, and Gregory Vadnais actually gets the worst of it as well because the 86 comes up into the 65, and Greg has to jump to pit road. So a tow for him to use that fast repair here early on in the race. No flips, though. No flips.
The night is young.
The night is young. First caution of the evening.
They are getting about 18 to 19 laps on fuel, though. Just FYI.
Okay. Only 6 laps down. So they probably shouldn't go down and pit here unless they just think topping off is smart. I can't imagine them doing that, though. That doesn't seem like that would make a whole lot of sense. Chris leads the way right now. Kind of the recipient of that, not mistake. Mistake might be the wrong word, but it looks like the leaders are coming down pit road here. Looks like Reno and couple of other drivers going to be the first ones to stay out. Reno, Cale Dees, and Tim Taylor. James Edwards and Christopher Lindsay staying out. That's going to leave Reno out to the race lead. Playing the track position game here, banking on another caution here pretty soon as well.
Yeah, I don't dislike the decision to pit. I'd rather run it long on the track rather than be forced to pit under green. Just because in the event we do get a green flag run, if you pit early, there's not going to be as many people on that strategy usually. But yeah, I mean, I don't totally hate the call to pit here.
So the top 5 are the only ones that go down pit road or stayed out. Everybody else seems like went down pit road to at least top off on fuel. I don't suspect you're going to need any kind of tires this early on. I mean, it'd be kind of pointless to do that. So I think the way to go is top off on fuel and call it good. And I wouldn't be expecting anybody to go back down here either as we get ready to go double file, I believe, this time around and get back to racing here. But we'll see what happens. I kind of lean on the side of caution there as well. I think if it was me in this situation, I'd be going down pit road just topping off anyway. It doesn't hurt anything to do that. So, ooh, that was really close for the 65. He might have gotten a black flag on that one. I would keep an eye on that there. Mr. Race Control 65 might have gotten out too late.
He may have beat that. I rewound it. He may have beat it by
A
the
hair.
front half of the bumper. We'll find out here shortly.
Yeah, as soon as he looks for a black flag clear. All right, let's see. Lap 8, so back to the green flag here on lap number 9. We shall see what this next stint holds in store for us. Reno, Connor, and KLD is going to lead him to the restart zone as soon as they come off of turn 4 and the pace car dives off. And here we go. Pace car going to dive off right there. And Reno has control into the restart zone. Late jump in the box. And Tim Taylor going to follow him out to the front, but he's actually going to be door-to-door there with Cale Dees. Not a great jump for anybody at the front of the field as Chris gets a great run. He's running the outside. He's got Ryan Stevenson behind him. And Ryan, oh, that's going to be a big wreck right there in the middle of the pack as a bunch of drivers getting caught up in that one. Corey Moore involved, Forrest Martin involved, Will's involved, Stanley Hill involved in this one as well, Daniel Everly, KT looks like he got involved. Man, a lot of people getting caught up in that one.
Yeah, it looks like a stack up top from Ryan Stevenson. I don't know if it happened in front of him with Chris or not, but Kern coming off the corner on 2. There's a stack up front that kind of kicks Kern's car around. He gets to the inside of the number 4, and then, yeah, just around he goes in front of the field and nowhere to go for a lot of these guys, unfortunately.
Yeah,
a lot of damaged cars out there as well.
Yeah,
now.
Corey got sent to the inside there. Oh, that's going to be a hard shot to the nose as well. Bang, yeah. Big hit there for Corey Moore. Wilder got caught up in that one as well. A lot of damaged race cars. Yeah, down into.
And I mean, these guys do have a fast repair. It's a little early to want to have to use it, but
at least you got it.
It is there.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I mean, I was going to say this too before the restart. I mean, I believe there is one kind of competition caution, if you will, that I believe is paying out some money, but it's not a league race. It's not a points race. So not really a huge need to try to get up front and try to get extra points in this scenario. So some of these guys that are down a fast repair, they can hang out in the back to the end. It's not flashy, but if you want a chance to cash, I mean, that may be the way to do it. Again, you're not racing for points. So why put yourself in the hornet's nest? You just got to be there at the end.
Exactly. Yeah, this isn't like we're racing in a league setting, so you're here for money. And now I would nope, never mind. I thought that the leaders might go down pit road. There goes Chris diving down. That's a smart move from him to try to top off again, because at this point he probably still can't make it, but again, just topping off and maybe putting himself in a position where he can avoid anything that happens in front of him. Doesn't look like too many people came down pit road this time. The people who were involved in that one obviously coming down, like Will and Randy Post, Corey Moore, those guys coming down pit road, but that's to be expected. And Vadnais going to get a lap back there as well, so that'll put the 65 back to the lead lap as well.
Some misfortune for some and some fortune for others. And I mean, again, long race, right? I mean, 125 laps on lap. We're at lap 11 right now, so we're almost 10% of the way done. And I think, you know, that one, both these races, both these wrecks haven't been anything egregious,
Right.
just kind of racing incidents up to this point. I think, though, this kind of will set the tone, and I think some guys will kind of start to just relax a little bit again. No need to really push the issue at this moment in time. You know, everybody's here to win some money. So if they can kind of just clean it up a little bit, keep it together, keep it safe, keep it clean, I think we can start logging these laps and try to get this one knocked out here and see what they can do. I mean, again, I know we've got a couple little, I guess, Easter egg kind of finishing, you know, positions and stuff like that for some extra cash too. But I mean, again, at the end of the day, you know, being in one of those top 3 spots is going to pay more than anything else. So if I'm those guys in the back, that's what I'm aiming for right now.
Yeah, just be calm, cool, and collected through the rest of this run, and just try to be there when it matters. We've seen a lot of drivers, especially the experienced drivers. You know, Bobby Grady and Will Wilder, all of those guys who have some experience. Even Shane Williams, who's been involved in the Truck Series this past season. These guys know what it takes to make sure they are there for the end of the race and be having a shot at a race win. So just trying to transition that from points racing into money racing and just kind of put yourself in position to get there at the end.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. I mean, these guys have been here long enough. They've been on the service long enough to kind of know what's at stake and what to do here, right? I mean, they're not new to this. They're all very, you know, smart and talented drivers. And, you know, a lot of these guys have not only, you know, metaphorically, but literally kind of have come through the ranks here at HVRL. And, you know, again, they know what needs to be done. Again, I do find some grace in the fact that, you know, we're not seeing kind of silly, stupid wrecks, right? It's not like one person is making a major mistake and it's causing, you know, a big junk in the field. It's just 2 kind of misjudged calls. I mean, both really calls from stack-ups, really. I don't know what necessarily is causing those stack-ups, but if they can get those under control, I mean, so far it really has been a relatively clean race apart from that. I mean, they were pushing pretty hard up front trying to get the track position and you know, able to do it clean. So, again, if we just limit those checkups and, you know, just kind of play a little bit safer, we'll start logging these laps off.
Yeah, just kind of going back to talking about the temperature as well and everything too. It's kind of cool. The wind is kind of dying around right around that 9 to 11 mile an hour, 11 mile an hour spot. So I mean, maybe the wind playing a factor as well in these corners a little bit, just kind of getting the cars upset as well. But just got to be careful of that. We'll see what happens here.
These cars just aren't stable. I mean,
yeah.
Even when you're in qualifying, I mean, you get in the Cup car, even the Xfinity car, the truck, I mean, they feel planted, and it's weird. It's not like these cars are loose like they would be at 1.5 miles, but they're really finicky and they're just not stable. And you get that in a draft with this many cars, it just makes it even worse.
All right, into the restart zone we go, and KLD is going to get a great jump there on the outside. But now he's got to be aware of potential drafting coming up and taking the runs that they need. And it looks like the outside kind of getting falling back as Reno going to have to come back all the way to Tucker. Inside, a little bit squirrely there as Cale and Tim Taylor get moving around. But they are figuring it out here. And they have the race lead well and secure. Ryan Stevenson looks to the outside here. He'll start to get some draft help there from the 17 of Reno Connor. As the lead pack starts to tighten back up and get into position for, well, however long we can go for green flag racing here.
Yeah, definitely still some movement going around. I think guys are trying to play it safe, and they're still kind of figuring things out. And, you know, as we say that close moment there off the exit of 2, but Yeah, I mean, the restarts are always going to be a little bit sketchy, just depending on how good or how bad of a start, a said person gets. The gaps are a little bit larger and makes things a little interesting. But now that they're kind of up to speed, everybody's getting settled in. Got to hold their lines. I don't like the fact that the inside lines are pretty good cause some issues, and I know it looks like the number 6 car is kind of looking there trying to get to the inside. But yeah, if they can just kind of wrap the bottom a little bit more, I think we'll be in good shape here. But everybody's trying to get to the front right now. That's what it seems.
Reno will drop down in front of Stevenson. That'll put the 17 in the 5, nose to tail. Kale trying to push the pusher down there into turn 1. Gets out of it. Allows Reno and Stevenson to have a second to breathe. Now Stevenson looking to the outside. He's going to have Tucker behind him. That's how Stevenson got out front before with the 20. And now Reno going to get left out to dry as Kale goes around the inside. And 3 wide. That was almost scary. Chris Romano had to dive out of there. Did not like what he was seeing in front of him.
And that's the move that I was just talking about that they were looking for. I'm the same way. If I'm behind you and you come off the bottom and that gap is there, and I'm not going to wreck us both, I'm definitely going to take it. There's no reason not to. And at the end of the day, track position is key here. And what I wanted to kind of take a look at it before I really commented. But what I'm seeing right now is, I'm used to driving the next gen cars, even the trucks. You can be really, really aggressive with those hits with the guy behind you. You got to really kind of ease onto the bumper of the guy in front of you in these cars. That's where it seems like a lot of these checkups and the car getting unsettled is coming from, is these big shots that are coming to the rear end. So if these guys can just ease on to the bumper behind them, I think these pushes will be a lot more effective and smooth. Definitely not as sketchy.
There was a little bit of a blink there from Bobby Grady, but he is good to go now, it looks like. And now Bryce Tucker jumps down to the bottom in front of Ryan Stevenson. He leads the inside group with Dayhoff leading the outside. And Bobby Grady right behind Dayhoff as well.
And another kind of breakaway again. It looks like the top 16 cars in a pack, and then pretty big separation between that second pack. And I don't necessarily hate it. Be curious to see if that second pack at some point will try to make a charge back to the back end of these guys, or if they're kind of just content right in there for now.
Word from the driver's radio comms is they are just going to relax back here till the comp caution.
That's probably wise for the guys in the back. They got about 20
we're
laps.
seeing a lot of movement in this front back right now, and there's, I mean, if they don't settle down, I give it another 3 or 4 laps, and I think that yellow flag stand is going to be out again.
Yeah, definitely something to watch for. Bobby Grady now leads the way.
A little bit of contact there. So far, so good. Looks like Dayhoff, and I think that's the 92 of McKee kind of met there in the middle. They're able to hold on to it, though. We see the 16 going below the double yellow. Looks like he'll just fall into the tail end of the line. But, yeah, a lot of movement. It looks like Chris might be seeing what's going on as well. Looks like he's going to back out.
That's smart.
Don't blame him.
That's smart. You want to be there at the end for sure, so you got to be aware of what's going on around you. And if you don't like what you're seeing out front, time to bail out a little bit. And Bobby Grady still leading the way, and these guys at the front, the inside lane, kind of getting single file. There is a little bit of a charge coming from the outside, and the 92 of McKee really making a move towards the front. He is door-to-door there with the 20 of Tucker, and the outside going to have great momentum down the backstretch as Corey Moore with an excellent opportunity to push McKee out to the lead, and really a great run. The 2 cars in the lead of that group getting out to the outside of your race leader, Bobby Grady. McKee will have an opportunity to take the race lead coming off of turn 4 as it is an pretty much dead even run.
3 wide. Oh, getting really close back there. 3 wide there for about, looks like that's maybe like 13th or 14th. Really close call there. Had me worried, I'm not going to lie.
It still is, and James Edwards going to get Cale Dees around the inside. This is going to be sketchy getting back on. Everybody trying to allow room. The 17 going to bail out of that, and that was very scary. But everybody's okay, looks like.
Well, and this is where it's going to get awkward as well. That second pack, even though they are single, bring them on these 2 cars. So the Cale Dees and the number 6 are going to have to try their damnedest to hold on to this pack and make sure that they don't lose the draft. But I'm hearing some chatter there that we might be having some pit stops coming in here soon. I don't know if that's going to be fuel related or damage related, but either way, going to have a couple guys coming down pit road here.
Nobody in that lead pack. Yeah, it looks like the two, Cale Dees and James Edwards, those two, the ones that were just involved in that incident. So maybe they're just coming to get fuel and everything, get topped off. I don't believe either one of those guys came down pit road during the caution.
Well, these top 10 guys, they're all on a 20-lap stint right now, so they're all going to have to pit very soon.
Well, Bobby Grady getting the heck out of Dodge here, too. I don't know if that's because of the blinking he's been having going on or if he had an issue there. But it looks like he is going to be falling off the lead pack for a bit. And right now, Corey Moore leads the way. Only one driver to the outside. I think that's Shane Williams is the first car out of line as these guys end up trying to start to get single file.
Well, you know what that means.
Pit stops, baby.
Everybody trying to get to the bottom. You don't want to have to pit from the top if you don't have to, but yeah, it looks like everybody's just trying to find a way on the bottom. So that would lead us to believe we're going to have some pit stops coming soon, and that's going to be the great equalizer here as well. Green flag pit stops at these super speedways are literally make or break for your race. Still early, so if there is a mistake, plenty of time to recover, but as the race continues to go on, if we get a late green flag run, that's really going to spice up the race and how everybody finishes here.
And Thad Miller did get back out on track in the 81 Vegemite car, so good on him for getting back out here. Oh, and there's a couple, only one driver actually falling off, and that's going to be Tim Taylor coming down pit road all by his lonesome, so that's not going to be beneficial for him, for sure, going in alone.
That's what you don't want. You don't want to be the one guy coming down pit road. You don't want to be the one guy to make a mistake, or you don't want to be the one guy to not make a mistake if everybody else does. I mean, just the amount of time that you lose here in the draft or not in the draft is, I mean, it's a killer. So he'll be close to a lap down just based on how the cycle goes, but it'll take another lap or two and he'll be a lap down. But the saving grace, these guys do have to pit, so that'll buy him a little bit of action.
Oh, and Chris had a chance to go to the inside on McKee and force him 3 wide, but he does not elect to do so. Very much content just riding around right now. And meanwhile, out front right now, Eli Stack around the outside, one of the Ryan Blaney cars. Doing the 12 car proud.
It's a great number. Shout out to Ryan Blaney for winning a race that didn't matter today as well, for him anyway. It looks like this second group now may be kind of coordinating. I think a lot of those guys in that second pack probably have pit, but hearing some chatter on the radio that some guys in the second pack are at least game planning when they're going to come down. So Sean saying these guys being on a 20-lap stint, I'm sure their days are numbered here before they have to go down.
Yeah, I would expect pit stops here very, very soon from a lot of these drivers. Oh, that's still scary. I think that was Braden Deeney in the 16, and that forced a big-time checkup from Dayhoff and everybody behind him. Put him in a very compromised position. Stack still leads the way. Williams, those two were teammates in the Truck Series this past season. So you know they've got experience with each other at the very least, so they can make it happen for each other. And there goes one down pit road. Looks like Kian.
I was going to say, I heard Kian on the radio. It didn't sound like
he looped
anybody was going to go with him.
He looped it on pit road. He's okay, though. Didn't look like he got too much damage. Yeah. But again, another single car going down pit road. You don't want to be the only one doing that.
And you definitely don't want to be the only one doing it and make a mistake while doing so as well, because all that does is just amplify it. Again, plenty of race left, so he should still be good long term, but definitely want to try to practice good habits and good entries getting in there now. That way, if it comes down to crunch time, then you'll be good to go. But I'm hearing some chatter on the radio. Some guys in this front pack going to be making their way down. It looks like Brandon Dayhoff, Colton Lanford are going to be pitting down. So see 3 branch off. That's it. I mean, 3 better than 1, but a lot of these guys in this front pack still holding on though.
And if they have at least 3, they can make something happen. Looks like they got 4 with them: Stevenson, Keller, and Lanford. So they can make something happen with that group of 4 potentially. Potentially. And these rest of these drivers, anybody who's already pit is still going to have to pit again, because we've still got 13 until the comp caution. I know it says 14. This is going to be scary with the lap cars and people coming off the pit road. They actually navigate it pretty well. Good on Kean to get out of the way and make sure he doesn't get involved in what was going on there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down pit road. That's going to be a real hot entry there for McKee. Don't know if he got it slowed down in time. Looks like he might have, but that's another 5-car group coming down pit road there. And that leaves just 3 out front right now with Eli Stack, Shane Williams, and Corey Moore. William Kern leading the next group of lead lappers in the 4th position. He's got KT, Randy Post, Sean Wilder, Daniel Everly, among others in that group. And
Yeah, I'm kind of curious that more experienced second group there, how well they're going to go in together and watch how much room they really make up here on these front guys.
Oh, and Eli loops it down pit road, almost getting Shane Williams. I don't know if there was any contact there, but definitely going to be a black flag for the 26, either too fast or unsafe pit. Either way, that's going to leave the race lead to William Kern, though, in that second group. Those guys did get some pits earlier on. I don't think they'll be able to make it to the end, though. So they're probably still going to have to pit here in the next handful of laps. But just the top 5 remain.
William and them are pitting now.
See, I think I'm smarter than the average bear. I think.
You are.
Looks like everybody.
But I really want to see the experience really pay off here.
And Will's going to stay on the outside.
Yeah, all these guys were coordinated on the radio, if they're going to go high, if they're going to go low.
So right now, net
Really
race
tell the experience.
Net race lead will be Chris Weiniger in the 53. He and Bryce Tucker nose to tail. A 2-car tandem going around the backstretch into turn 3 right now. Let's see if we can pull up the track map. Because it doesn't matter, because here they come. Will's out front still. He's coming through turns 1 and 2. And KT will be right now in second. But you're going to see Chris ripping by here in just a second. There they go. They got the speed. And they will be gaining on Will. Yep, there's Will. So that's going to put Chris and Tucker in the race lead. They're going to try to get Will to pick up with them as well. If they can pick up the 31, that'll be a real boon to them. We know how good of a pusher Will is.
Well, I think Dayhoff will pick up Will. I'm sure they'll elect to grab him and go catch those leaders.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's somebody that you want on your side if you can, if at all possible.
Absolutely. Every time we raced at the super speedways, I was always happy to have Will behind me or in front of me either way, because I knew that I could trust to push him, and I knew I could trust him to push me. So that was somebody I was always looking for in the Gen 6 car this past season. And let's see if he elects to go to the outside or if he elects to just lay the bumper. He's going to the outside. Will wants to lead this race. They should have the momentum and all the energy with an extra car in their line, too. And Will and Dayhoff will get down. KT not clear, though. And that's going to be a wreck. That's going to be a caution. We saw it happening.
Oh.
Chris and Tucker both getting in big-time trouble there from that. Just not clear for KT when it happened. We saw it coming, though. I mean, you can't clear yourself in that regard. Definitely big-time mistake there from the 95. That put the 53 and the 20 in a bad spot. Both Chris and Tucker. Chris for sure getting a lot of damage. Let's see what happens here to Tucker if he... Looks like... Oh, right there. Yep, hard hit from the 53 into the 20. Both those guys going to have big-time damage. And really, KT gets away the best out of that, just having the little bit of a spin happening for him. So... And Kern definitely going to be happy about getting out in front of all of that right there as well, as he runs in the lead. Let's see. Lap 33, so still plenty of time here before the comp caution. We could call that the comp caution, though, if we wanted to, I suppose. What do you think, race control?
I don't know. What do you think?
I'm thinking we called it the comp caution because I mean we're close enough anyway.
Oh no. Let's go to 40 because we have a special something for that, and I don't want it to.
That's fine. That's fair.
Yeah, only because of that.
That's fair.
Or else I would for sure.
Are you telling me KT's going to get a spot back too?
It looks like it. Sometimes it works out like that.
Don't know that I necessarily fully agree with that. Looks like he's waiting for somebody, but he's not going to be able to wait any longer. Not sure if he got a black flag out of that or not. I'm sure you will let me know. That's Forrest Martin who just got his lap back. Third caution, Will leads. Looks like the front row is going to be our Gen 6 champion and our ARCA champion in William Kern and Brandon Dayhoff. Daniel Everly looking in P3 right now. Sounds like Kern saving fuel. Smart. happy. I got all your mistakes in the Discord.
Oh, you see those? You like that?
I like that. In the announcement channel. Great spot for him. All right.
You think I learned by now which screen I'm on?
Man, it happens to me all the time, too. How many times? I can't tell you how many times I was supposed to throw the caution on the Gen 6, and all of a sudden I'm like, why isn't it throwing? I'm on Discord.
Then you go back after the race and see 18 grid starts and cautions.
Yep. All right.
It happens. Well, that was a good run there. I was really happy to be able to see some green flag pit stops, and I'm sure we'll see a few more as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's always the goal. But we won't see any green flag pit stops between now and the end of the comp caution here, because we only have a handful of laps left for that. But a special surprise there.
Trying to see what lap we're on. Yep, looks like we're on 35 right now. So
yeah, so we got a 4. Are we going end of 40 or beginning of 40, like we normally do?
like we normally do.
Okay, so 4-lap shootout then. Let's make sure we throw it on the right lap this time too. That'd be ideal. But here we go. Kern going to lead him to the green flag here. Green flag flies. We'll see what these guys can do with 4 laps.
Really trying to get that outside line going. Can't see who he's working with there.
Wilder, you talking about? Oh, 3 wide.
Yeah.
That is Shane Williams, and then Tim Taylor right behind him. They're definitely getting it going. 3 to go. And Will going to get to the back bumper of Dayhoff, trying to push that 51 out in front and give himself a chance at the lead once again. So 2 to go here. Till the comp caution. Looks like Williams and Wilder both clear to get to the bottom. Oh, and Tim Taylor gets down in front of Dayhoff as well. Cutting that one close.
Brent McGee got caught in the middle there. He lost about 8 spots already just in that one straightaway.
And he did get down to the bottom now, so he should be in position. But Dayhoff looking to the outside now. He's got the wizard with him, William Kern, trying to make something happen around the outside as well, trying to march their way towards the front. They got Chris Romano behind him. Tim Taylor now jumps out in front of Dayhoff. Last lap before the comp caution. Wilder and Williams doing a good job controlling the inside lane. A little bit of a bob there from them. Dayhoff tucked tight to the back bumper of Taylor as they rip around the outside. Oh, little bobble there from
Woo.
them on the outside. Taylor, the bump came a little off-centered. To the line. Great run on the outside. And it is going to be caution flying Wilder. Barely out in front of these guys.
That was a good finish there.
That was a great finish for the competition caution.
Let's get all these settled out. Let's see who wins our next little bit of money donated by the drivers.
Yeah, we did not. Did we mention that? Who got the first bit of money? I don't think we did. So the
I did.
You did to them?
I did to them, yes.
Okay. So the pole position earned $10. So William Kern getting his entry fee right back.
I have Reno Connor. Is that what you have?
Right now, that is
in
what I
a
have.
12th position.
Yep.
All right.
I think
I will announce that for them.
I think that's it. Yeah. So Reno Connor going to receive $20 for from a donation for one of our drivers for being 12th at the competition caution. So congratulations to Reno. We still have our best Halloween paint and one other little bit of money as well if it happens. But Reno, the winner of $20.
Man, we haven't even had one flip yet either, have we?
We have not. Well, why are we giving it away? I haven't said nothing about what the other bit of money was.
Well, maybe they owe us. If you flip, you have to double your entry fee.
Oh man, maybe.
Oh, well, which paints are you liking out there? Maybe you start narrowing down some of your favorite paints.
I think one of my favorites is Forrest Martin in number 19. Really like that paint scheme.
I have to get a close up on that.
Well, we're gonna get a good little side view here of the 19. He's got Nightmare. Nightmare Before Christmas on the front. And then when we go to the back, we got Mr. Oogie Boogie.
Oh, I see it. Yep. I think one of my favorites so far is probably the 25 of Colton Lanford. It's got to be up there as well.
Yeah, Colton's is good too. Got the Lanford Nation on the back.
Nice Scream, original Scream.
Yep.
Original cast on there, it looks like. What to find out from Mr. Fontaine when he gets back in, which one he might prefer.
Another one to look at, I think, is Ryan Stevenson as well. The Pennhurst Asylum. That paint scheme's been popping out to me. The number 5 is a really interesting way of getting that number on the car.
It is. That is pretty clever, isn't it?
And chat, go ahead and put in there what your favorite paint schemes are right now. We've kind of shown a couple of them a little bit earlier on. I'll keep tossing up a couple of them as we continue through. James Edwards has a good one. He and John Shields both sharing this paint scheme. They both have it.
Guess they'd have to split the money if they won, huh?
It's the same paint scheme, man. It's the same paint scheme. Tucker's got one as well with Michael Myers on the front. That one's not bad. I like that one as well.
And Chris sure did make this a long race, didn't he?
I know. 125 laps. We got a long way to go. Did Chris make
It's
this
like
race,
these
or
guys.
was it you? I thought you made this race.
No, I told Chris just to make a flyer. We'll go with it. He put 125. I told maybe adjust it to 100, but it's all right.
Hey,
I guess he decided to keep it 125. So
125 is fine with me.
hey, maybe this is good practice for the start of our season, especially for these ARCA guys. So I'm okay with it.
Speaking of ARCA guys, we've got McKee and Deeney out front right now on the front row with a couple of our champions. Our Gen 6 champion will be starting on the inside of row 2 with our Truck Series champion, Sean Wilder, and the driver who was battling with Will in the Gen 6 championship as well on that second row.
Yeah, all of our champions are up there. It looks like Chris is, about 10th or 11th place or so.
Chris won a championship?
Well, no, he didn't. Nope, because Wilder won both the season and that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I forgot. He was leading so well too, and just let it slip away.
But Dayhoff is up there.
Atlanta.
Our ARCA
Yeah,
champion.
there's Dayhoff.
He's up in P7 right now.
Trying to see who won our best of the rest.
That was Daniel Everly, I believe.
Everly, where's he at? Nope, looks like he's in 20th right now.
Looks like he's single file as well, so I'm guessing he came down pit road to top off for fuel or something. Damage repair, one of those.
KLD's was our best of the rest winner in ARCA.
Yeah, and Kale sits right now in the 12th position, I believe that is.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, green flag flies. McKee with a good jump. He's got Will right on the tail, as well as Tim Taylor. And that inside line going to get a great start on the restart on lap 44. Still more than 75 laps to go here from Daytona, and Will already looking to get by the 92, as Taylor going to try to follow Kern around the outside, and Kern going to drop right back down to the inside lane as soon as he's clear. That kind of leaves it says 18, but 12 of Taylor out to dry a little bit. He'll have Deeney coming up on the back bumper. And he'll actually elect to get down to the inside lane right in front of Jace Keller. And Deeney, contact with Chris. Chris going to go down through pit lane. That'll be a black flag that we can clear because he was avoiding the wreck, I would say. Avoiding a bigger wreck at the very least. He will lose a ton of time and lose the draft as well. So Chris going to be looking for a caution to try to help him out. Great bump there from McKee, keeping Will even at the very least with Corey Moore, who runs the outside lane. And once again, a little bit of a breakaway from the front pack to this second group. Wilder and KLD's leading that, we're going to call it air quotes, second group. But Will and Corey Moore are still leading the outside or inside and outside lanes at the front of the field. Tim Taylor, oh, little bump off center there from McKee is going to put Will a little bit upset with the car. He'll lose a little bit of time, and that will give the race lead over to Corey Moore. Lanford going dive into the inside. He'll have to bail out as well. And he keeps it on the apron and out of the way. Looks like he got a little bit too much wheel into it to put it down and try to get a good run. Now McKee leads the inside, and Ryan Stevenson ripping around the outside in the number 5 car. he'll get... Ooh, I thought there was going to be a push there from McKee, but McKee's going to bail out and go to the high side. Corey Moore going to follow him. James Edwards dives to the inside to go by Corey Moore as well.
We've got a lot of shuffling going on up front right now.
They're racing like it's the last couple laps of the race right now.
Me personally, with some money on the line and just, I mean, we're not even close to halfway right now. I think I would just find a spot and stay there.
I'd sit in that second group. That's where I'd be. At the back of that second group, I think, even.
Right.
Like, we're talking like Everly or KT's position, Randy's position, somewhere in that group.
Yeah, I mean, I think that second group is being really smart right now because they can at any time link up and catch this leader group at any time they want. So just to stay back a little bit to avoid any big wrecks they see coming is really smart of those guys.
And right now, Corey Moore and Brent McKee pushing real hard on that inside lane. Ooh, a little bit of contact with the outside wall there for Taylor. As looks like James Edwards going to look to the outside lane, trying to find a clear.
There we go. And a flat. And a flip. That looks like a flip.
Randy and Thad Miller involved in it. We'll see what happened. Oh, Cale D's. Oh, man. That is a flip. What in the world happened here? All right, Tucker gets to the outside quarter panel, just hooks the 35 into the outside wall. He launches. That's a flip. That is a flip. So, Cale, that's double. I'm just kidding. That's not double. That's not double. We were just joking around about that before. But that will be $20 to the 35 of Cale D's. He will get some money back for his wild ride there, due to the generosity of a driver in the field. And we're looking at the driver of the as well. So, but good on Cale. He'll get his entry fee back plus a little bit extra. So everybody in the chat, we do want to hear from you what your favorite paint scheme is. So if you are watching, take a look at some of the paint schemes that we've had. We'll go back over a few of them. We'll take a look right now. James Edwards. We got Pennywise and a bunch of the other villains, the normal faces. Take a look at Ryan Stevenson with Pennhurst Asylum. It's a good looking car as well. Oh, he blinks out. Take a look at Reno. Reno's running a Halloween theme with Full Tilt Racing, his ARCA team. See, chat, that's the one I like is the 19s. There's Forrest Martin. Nightmare Before Christmas on the front. And you look at the back of it, Mr. Oogie Boogie on the back of it. Really like that paint scheme. That's my favorite one. That'd be my winner. So, Nick, we're looking for drivers who are running a scheme that is Halloween themed. So, unfortunately, Dayhoff's paint scheme does not fit the Halloween theme. He did put a lot of effort into his paint. Chris Romano's running a Reese's theme here as well. Looks like the Reese's skeletons. That was one that I kind of pointed out earlier. Chris Weiniger also running a Halloween theme here. He's got flaming skeletons on the front. Some more flames around the backside of the car as well. I like Tucker's paint as well. Happy does need to fix his microphone though. Car doesn't look.
Oh,
really...
I just pulled it down. It's fine when I talk. Thank you.
Car doesn't look real good right now for Tucker, but when it's full.
So what happened there? I had to do a bunch of race control stuff. I didn't even get to see the replay.
Oh, it was rough. So Tucker gets to the outside quarter panel of Cale D's, and then Cale goes to the outside wall, and well, the rest is history. He gets that donation from the group.
Well, Cale D's, yeah. Was it Cale D's fault? Sorry.
No, it was just a run that was generated from
right.
Tucker, and
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let me announce that.
But it was definitely Cale D's one that was flipping. So. I would pull Reno into the booth. Paint does look great. I do like the side of the car, and the paint does look really nice. But we're about to go green flag racing, and I don't want to distract him. Otherwise, I would definitely be doing that. Take a quick look at the race recap, though. Lap 52, so still a long way to go here.
Well, he was pretty excited about winning that $20 for having to go through that whirlwind, he said.
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, he just had to deal with that wild ride, and now he gets to win some money back and get his entry fee covered for it. That's all you can really ask for in that regard.
Heck yeah, get your money back, free race, and make a little bit.
There you go. Green flag flies, though, on lap 53. And Reno gets a good jump. He's going to have William Kern up behind him. Will Will stick with him, or is he going to try to make the run happen on to the outside? And it looks like he's going to stick with Reno for now. Once again, I would say if you're trying to stay in it for the end, kind of back off just a touch, and then try to be there for the final laps. But for drivers like Reno and Will, they don't want to put anything to chance. They want to be out front, lead as many laps as they can. Much less separation this time from the group, as it looked like Romano bailed out a little bit to back off. He'll settle in there in the 13th position.
Yeah, that last caution really benefited a few people like Chris, because he was about to go a lap down when he got into that with D&E. So
yeah. Oh, Greg gonna look to the inside. Now he'll be nose to tail with Reno. does not get right to the back bumper of Reno. That's going to allow Will around the outside. And that's going to get Corey Moore clear as well. Corey got to dive to the inside. And I know what the 99 is going to be doing. A Wilder. He's going to be sticking with Will if he can. He knows what Will's capable of.
I think we all will just follow him no matter what. And I'm sure Will won't drop down until he's clear as well.
He may just stay up there, too, to be honest. Oh, there they go. They dive down. Kern and Wilder.
Man, look at that run they got.
First and second in the Gen 6 championship. Both champions in their own right here in High Velocity Racing League. Showing why they are champions. Corey Moore going to look to the outside. Has a good run down the front straightaway and into the tri-oval. And a big wreck there as well as the caution flies once again. Shane Williams involved, Brent McKee, James Edwards. KT.
Yeah, it was a pretty big wreck.
I don't know if KT got involved or if he just woed up for it. Everly gets involved a little bit too. Let's go ahead and take a look at the yellow, where it started with the yellow flag. We kind of saw what was happening there. It happened right around these guys. And it looks like Edwards up into, is that Edwards? That is Edwards. Up into the 92, collecting the 5 of Stevenson, Shane Williams, Bobby Grady. Chris looks like he might be involved in this as well. Actually, Chris got away with it pretty good. Shane Williams had to go through the grass a little bit. Overall, though, just a couple of guys really getting the worst of it. Brent McKee, Ryan Stevenson. Oh, the 16 of Deeney comes in late and just hammers those two. Tim Taylor trying to get away from it all as well. And that trio got the worst of it for sure. The 5, the 92, and the 6. Those guys definitely getting the worst of it. And Bryce, you're back now.
Yes, sir. I am back.
Welcome back. The life of being a new father, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's great. It's a beautiful thing. No complaints.
It is. We were just talking before this last caution about some of our favorite paints. So we've got a couple people voting for the 19 of Forrest Martin, somebody voting for the 17 of Reno Connor. Just kind of wanted to see what your thoughts were.
Yeah, well, I'm all, as somebody who has been recently broadening my horizons in designing. I mean, I got to give a shout out to Colton Lanford. I know he's a guy that does paints as well, and anybody can go on Trading Paints and click a link to get a paint, but it does appear at least that Colton did put in the effort to get his paint done by himself. So a little bit of extra respect to that, and for that would be my pick.
That's 2 people in the booth saying that. Happy's picking Lanford as well, so that's not a bad one. That's not a bad one. My pick was the 19 of Forrest Martin as well, so that's 2 votes there and 2 votes for Lanford.
I'm all in favor for those that put the work in and do it themselves. So, like I said, I gotta respect Colton on that one.
Let's take a look. Where is Forrest Martin? Happy, you there?
Yes, sir.
So we got 2 votes for Colton, 2 votes for Forrest Martin. We got one vote in the chat and myself picking the 19. But I do like what Bryce just pointed out there, and I don't know if Forrest is a you know, going on trading paints and finding that paint scheme. So I'm thinking, if you're cool with announcing the winner for the paint scheme now, or if you want to wait a little while, we can do that as well.
Well, who is it then?
I think we go with Colton Lanford.
We'll go with Colton Lanford.
Yeah.
Like we have some people are liking Edwards, Tucker, and Stevenson Paint too in the chat.
Yep.
All these guys did a great job. But yeah, I'm gonna take another look at Colton's right now just to bask in the ambience of it. You know, I'm just happy he kept that thing cleaned. We can check it out. Normally he's in a wreck.
Yeah, the Reno Connor paint's a good one too, the number 17.
Chris's is pretty good. I mean, I know Chris did the work himself as well. I'm sure a lot of these guys did. So, kudos to all of them. But, yeah, really liking Colton's here.
Yeah. I say if you're cool with announcing it now, I think we announce it now.
Okay, we'll do it. I'll get it.
That'll be $30 to the winner of the best paint. Honorable mentions, though, do go to some of the drivers. Stevenson, Reno Connor, Forrest Martin, all those guys. Tucker, Edwards, those drivers have some great paints as well. Will found his way back out front once again. He's going to have Wilder right behind him as well. Green flag flies, and a pretty good jump for Will, but Corey Moore able to keep close. Wilder already to the back bumper, looking to get Will pushed out in front. And I got a feeling he's going to be sticking tight to that 31 as well. Lap 60 of 125, about halfway through the race. Oh, contact, big contact. Everybody trying to fan out and stay safe, and Dayhoff going to get caught by Vadnais. This could get dangerous. A lot of people getting caught up in that one. Couldn't catch it quickly enough, but man. Everybody fanning out there. Dayhoff down into Vadnais. Looking at him, Dayhoff back up the track, trying to catch it. Does a great job of keeping it down on the apron, though. 100% keeping it out of the field. Good on him there. Oh, and Vadnais. Did Vadnais come back up into Romano and then hit? Is that what happened there? No, just contact between the 44 and the 92. Oh, and then up here into the 4 as well. Did Lindsay get away from it? No. And then down into Chris. Man, that's a hard shot there, too. And they couldn't get off each other either. That's the worst. I gotcha.
Yep, wrong button.
A lot of people getting caught up in that, for sure.
Yeah, like you said, though, Dayhoff looks like he did a good job of limiting the damage there. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, I mean, he could have come back up across the track and taken half the field out there, and he did a good job of keeping it down on the apron. And really, Vadnais did a good job as well in the 65. He kept it mostly out of harm's way, getting back onto the racing surface, and just some contact there after the caution flew for the 44 and 92. Unfortunate there for those guys, but nonetheless, everybody down pit road. That is coming down pit road. There's a few people who stayed out. Looks like Tim Taylor stayed out. Reno Connor, Forrest Martin, the 19, getting back up into the swing of things here.
Still got a decent. I mean, we're pretty much at the halfway point right now too. So, I mean, there's been a lot of action up to this point. If things continue to trend in this direction, we're in for an exciting second half.
9:30 and it's halfway. Good Lord. We're in for a long race.
Yeah, we're going to need to lock some laps here for sure.
Yeah, Mr. Race Control. That might be something we relay down to the drivers. Maybe try to log some laps, you know?
Yes, sir.
Let's grab Reno. We'll talk to Reno here for a minute. Hey there, Reno. Connor up here in the booth with Bryce, Sean, and Chase. How are you? How you feeling so far tonight?
Good, man. How are you guys?
Good. I know you didn't win the paint, the Halloween paint, but honorable mention for you for sure. You were one of the ones that we were looking at for the final call. But you did win some money here tonight. How you racing up at the front for most of the race so far, though? How you feeling about the race?
Pretty good, man. I don't know why I thought about it now after the season's over, but I kind of messed with the iRacing settings for my wheel and kind of messed with the settings on my wheel, so my car is driving a lot better.
That's good. That's what you want to be doing. So, but yeah, I mean, you're in a good spot right now. You're in the money spot as well. So hopefully you can find yourself there at the end. We're about to go green flag racing though. We'll get you back down there with your teammate. Good luck the rest of the way, buddy.
All right, thanks, guys.
Quick little check-in with Reno. I see it in chat just after I put him back. I'm so sorry, Justin. But all right, halfway down. So Bryce, if you're in this situation with half a race to go, I mean, are you pushing to try to stay out front, track position king for you?
Yeah, staying up front and making sure we're logging laps is the most important thing. I mean, like you said, it's 9:30 and we still got half the race left to go. But yeah, I mean, at this point, just keeping it clean. I mean, it kind of just depends on where exactly I'm at in this position, right? Like, do I have people I can work with? Do I have my fast repair left? That's all stuff that would influence the decision, but it kind of just play it lap by lap and try to put myself in the safest position. But what we've all come to know and learn about these super speedways is it doesn't matter if you're in first or sometimes even if you're in last. You're never really safe at the super speedways, but the most favorable position is where I'm going to try to be.
Yeah, you want people around you that are going to help you at the front or at the back, really. So we'll see what happens as the pace car will dive off here. A pair of ARCA drivers here, and Tim Taylor and Reno Connor on the front row as they go into the restart zone. The green flag flies, and we're ripping away once again. Lap number 64 as we cross the line.
When it looks like we had a lot of multi-lap pitters, because that inside line is a lot longer than the outside. So we'll see if some of those guys actually elect to use that, get some momentum, and jump to that high side.
It looks like some of those guys that were on the inside lane are jumping out to the outside, including who started on the inside of the front row as Tim Taylor jumps to the outside in front of Reno Connor. And Forrest Martin leading the inside group with William Kern right behind him, and we've highlighted how good of a pusher Will can be. So Forrest will be the benefactor of that on the inside lane. Gonna have to get some help there from Jace Keller, though, who's right behind him. And a couple people falling off the pace a little bit. Looks like Randy Post and KT involved in that group with a couple of lap down cars.
And so far, I mean, sure, we're just coming off a restart, but these guys look a lot more steady and stable than they did earlier in the race, so that's a good sign. It looks like these guys are kind of finally starting to settle down and realize their limits and what they can and can't do. Everybody's kind of holding their line, keeping it wrapped around the bottom. We're keeping it wrapped around up top, and I think everybody kind of realizes where we're at too, right? It's not just up here in the booth. We've been here for a good solid amount of time now already. You know, we still got half the race to go. Let's settle in. Let's get ourselves in a good spot for the end and try to maintain and do what we can and be there when it matters. I think that's kind of the mentality of everybody right now, at least what it should be in my opinion. So we'll see if that continues to hold true as we see a little bit of movement here up front, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah, the three cars leading the outside group. Shane Williams, Wilder, almost getting to the quarter panel of Williams. And then Chris Weiniger, they go from the top to the bottom. And that'll leave Stevenson leading that outside group in the number 5 with Dayhoff right in front of him. And Will actually jumping up there to the outside trying to help these guys push themselves towards the race lead. Cale Dees and Gregory Vadney also joining them. So a little bit of energy coming from that outside group. Oh, a blink. That would have been real bad.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing, too, I mean, with these cars, as sketchy as they are, the runs in these things are pretty aggressive. So, I mean, if you can get, you know, a decent amount of people in line and keep it steady and get a good run, I mean, yeah, you'll definitely make up some ground. Like I said, these cars are able to generate really, really big runs. So we'll see if that comes into play at any point in this race, especially later on. We'll see what these guys are able to do.
Are they as big as the runs in NASCAR 25?
You know, it's a great question. They're really full with the ARCA cars on there. But the draft in that game is a little weird, I will say that.
Right now, the inside is King and Wilder and Williams really ripping that bottom side and pulling them away. That's a 5-car runaway right now at the front. The next part of that group will be catching up to them quickly, though. Offset 3 wide there in that second part of Group 1. A couple drivers looking to go around the outside now, as that's going to be Forrest Martin leading that charge with William Kern. Looks like Tim Taylor trying to get in a position to get out there as well, but wasn't able to do so. And Forrest still leading the outside group. I say group, it's a 2-car tandem. Not really a group, I guess, but...
You know, neither here nor there.
Really smart moves there from the guys at the front on the inside. Those guys all Truck Series racers, and they have experience with each other for sure. So they are content running out front and just putting themselves in a position here to, like we said, log some laps and get to the end of the race. Williams, one of the Championship 4 contenders in the Truck Series this past season. As well.
The thing about it, too, is running these clean laps like this is, you know, when everybody's kind of wrecking and, you know, you got people pitting and not pitting, it kind of jumbles up the field. Like, you don't necessarily get to drive around the same people for that long, so you don't really, you know, if you're some of these guys out here that are kind of riding solo or, you know, maybe it's only 1 or 2 of you, you know, it's really hard to find out who you can work with when the field is kind of unsettled and moving around so much. So these green flag runs, as I say that, looks like we are going to continue to stay green. A little bit of contact there, somebody into the wall. They're still moving back there, but nonetheless, it's just kind of hard to get a rhythm and find out who you can work with when the field's constantly getting shuffled around.
Yeah, Vadnais really got caught up in that, and his car is really cooked. He's off the racing surface right now, and it looks like he might have to tow back to pit road.
Maybe some extracurriculars going on there. It looked like, I don't know if there was a little bit of aggression after the original contact, but yeah, definitely some hard damage there.
Yeah, the nose completely ripped off that car, but nonetheless, like you said, we do stay green for now. And out front,
See how long.
let's say out front, we've only got 2 cars on the outside. Looks like they are starting to get single file. I mean, this is a great way to just kind of log some laps and get through some of the slog of the race to try to make it to the end as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I mean, this is the fastest way to do it, and it's also the safest too, right? I mean, when you're 2, sometimes 3 wide, there's just simply not as much real estate out there. When you're kind of single file on the inside line, somebody checks up, you can kind of make that hard right, to the high line and kind of get out of Dodge it and get towards the back of the pack. I mean, you'll lose a couple spots depending on how long this line is, but just get back to the end of the field. And as previously aforementioned, if the thing does stay green flag pit stops are also an equalizer as well. And we see it really on every track, I guess, really except short tracks, but even on the 1.5 miles, as the runs continue to go on, the field continues to get spread out. You get, again, green flag pit stops. That spreads the field around too. So we got what looks to be like, I'm just going to take a quick guess, maybe a 13, 14 kind of car pack here right now. One green flag pit stop could cut that in half. Another one could cut that in half. And now you've got all these different, like you said, quote unquote, groups of 2 cars, 3 cars, 5 cars. And that'll also kind of help get the flow of the race going as well. Not as many cars as around each other. A lot more kind of wiggle room there, and some mistakes can be had and not have major implications, where when you're in a pack of 20, 30 guys, 2 by 2, sometimes 3 wide, there's just not a lot of real estate out there. There's more of a risk to get into an accident. So the more and more we continue to log green flag laps, it kind of turns into a snowball effect where we're going to continue to get more just because the field will spread out.
Yeah, and Dayhoff actually just going to lose a lot there. He ended up getting to the apron and was not able to get back up on to the track in time. Hopefully he can hold the draft with these guys, but I don't think he's going to be able to. I think they're going to run away from him, and he'll fall back to the second group. He'll be a little ways back there, but that'll leave 9 drivers on the lead lap in this lead pack, as well as maybe a couple of guys who are lapped down. Cale D's one of those guys. He is a few laps down, like 3 or 4, looks like. Maybe 5 or 6, I guess, from that flip. But he's a little bit richer from having to flip that car, so.
Yeah, all in all, I mean, I believe he definitely made his money back. So at this point now, you're kind of just, playing with house money.
Or trying to help somebody else win some money.
That's right.
A little bit of a checkup back there. Looks like Dini and John Shields had a little bit of a checkup going on there, but everybody seems like they're okay. And 75 laps down, or starting lap 75 rather, so 74 down, I guess. We got about 51 to go, 52 to go, so we're slowly but surely logging these laps and getting us closer and closer to the end.
Well, that second group being 9 seconds back, do you think they should start at least reeling them in a little bit?
Well, they're going to pick up Brandon here, I would imagine, because Dayhoff's right in front of Forrest Martin. These guys are teammates, so I would imagine that Forrest will try to pick these guys up. They are single file as well, as we're looking at the group. I would imagine that they're going to have to try to start making it work. Never mind. Forrest said, no, forget you. I'm going around. He's going to the outside. But it is a handful of drivers that race with Holy Bible that are going to end up picking up Dayhoff ultimately. But I would imagine if they're trying to get back up to this lead group, they're going to have to get tandemed up and try to push their way forward for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm really too concerned with trying to catch up at this point. I mean, again, we're on lap 76 of 125, still kind of in that 40 to go range with at least one pit stop, 2, possibly 3, right? And then that doesn't include the possibility of cautions and what that's going to do as well. So I don't think they're too concerned at this moment. I think it's just kind of riding around and make it to the end. And I mean, if I'm the guys in that pack, I mean, the trend of how this race has gone, I'm sure we'll see yellow.
Yes, I know a few of them are pitting. I think Wilder and Williams are talking about pitting here in the next 2 to 4 laps. So
Makes sense.
be on the lookout for that.
That makes sense. That checks out as far as where I figured they would be. It was right around lap 80 or so. Ooh, Kale. I don't know if Kale was...
Almost made a mistake there.
I'm glad he didn't, because that would have really thrown this all for a loop. The man almost got paged. I was wondering if we'd see it that lap, but it doesn't look like it's going to be this one. Maybe 1 or 2 more.
I think there's quite a few from that second group there.
Yep, there goes the Holy Bible guys. Forrest Martin, Jace Keller, Dayhoff, Stevenson, Lanford. Post is following these guys in as well. Most everybody getting to the inside here in this first group as well.
Yeah, and some chatter on the radio. Some pit stops going to be happening here throughout the field over the course of these next few laps. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on. We saw a few people have some issues on the green flag stops on the first go around. So we'll see if those guys have learned from those mistakes and see if anybody else makes them.
Looks like just 2 cars here. Reno Connor and Tim Taylor this lap in.
Does look like our leaders will be coming in this lap. I'm sure Chris is going to follow as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This trio at the front here, Williams, Wilder, and Weiniger, they've been doing a good job of staying tandemed up as best as they can and making it so they can really push each other around the track. So, yeah, this trio will be together for sure going down pit road and trying to stay together coming out. And, oh, baby. That was almost bad.
Ooh.
Dini actually, I think, collected or almost collected the back of Kean Fry as Kean was coming down. Bobby Grady comes down with these guys. That's going to leave Will and Braden with John Shields as the trio here. We'll see. These guys probably going to have to be coming down pit road pretty soon as well, I would imagine. They get Reno down a lap, but again, they'll still have to pit. Wilder. Oh, Williams is still on pit road. A speeding penalty for Shane Williams, I would guess.
Oh, that is a killer.
Yeah, there's a black flag there for him. Unfortunate.
Plenty of time, though. Plenty of time for these guys. So nothing to be really too concerned about at this moment in time. But, definitely as we get later on in the race, those are mistakes that you do not want to make.
You've made a handful of those mistakes every once in a while in a race for points.
Every once in a while. I try not to, but,
So it looks like
you'll get that on those big jobs.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Wilder, Weiniger, and Fry are a 3-car tandem. They're going to be coming around, and it looks like they will be the net race lead, Wilder in particular. Dini coming down pit road this time, but Dini is coming down with John Shields. They both get a little bit squirrely on entry, and that's going to leave William Kern all by his lonesome. Sometimes it pays to have teammates out there on the track with you. And right now, Will doesn't have anybody out there but himself.
It's a wolf pack of 1.
Hey, sometimes that works. Not when it
I
comes to
got
plates.
faith, man.
He's good at this type of track, even though he swears he hates it. He always seems to find himself in position to win races like this. So.
Oh, he hates Iowa. He hates Cup. He wins everything. I don't want to hear it from that guy.
So Braden.
There are a lot of things that this man claims to hate. I will say.
So Braden Deeney is.
I hate Gateway. Oh, sorry, I won.
So Deeney comes out. He will be behind that trio of truck guys we were talking about, Wilder, Weiniger, and Fry. As Kern did come down pit road this time around. These guys should be able to... Oh, and there's actually Shane Williams right in front of him, too. He should be able to get linked up with him, even though he is a lap down to him. He'll get linked up with this trio, and that will definitely help him out. Will just coming out of pit road as that group comes through the tri-oval and into turn one. They will go blistering by with all the speed. And they might even, yeah, they're definitely going to lose Will on Giraffe too. So this 4-pack of cars will rip away. And Will have to wait for the 2-car tandem behind him to catch up to try to make anything happen. That is Thad Miller and Braden Deeney.
If this goes green, this could be real interesting on the pit strategies here, or they're going to have to start saving after that second pit stop, I believe.
We're going to have as many pit stops in this as we do in the Daytona 500, it seems like.
Well, and it all depends too on kind of where everybody pans out, right? You see, Braden Deeney is kind of in just what appears to be a 2-car pack. They're coming up to a third. We'll see if they'll pick him up. But with all these guys here racing individually, that's going to change the amount of fuel that they can save as well. There's a pretty decent pack here with it's like Dayhoff, Martin, Taylor, Stevenson, Keller, Grady, and Lanford, and John Shields kind of hanging on to the tail end of that. So those guys will be able to save fuel a little bit easier. And like I said, if this thing does go green, it truly is anybody's race at this point.
Yeah, that's the group to watch right there. The one that you just mentioned with Dayhoff, Martin, Taylor, all those guys. That's the one to watch because they'll be much faster than the 4-car tandem at the front of the field. But will they be able to save enough fuel to make it worth their while too? Because it does take a handful of cars to really make it work. So hopefully for these guys' sake, they can make it work with how many they got. All about the fuel strategy, though, here at the super speedways. It's just like real racing. You see there the 4-car lead pack group there with Wilder and Weiniger. They're coming through the tri-oval now. .3 is the gap to Dayhoff right now on lap 86, so we'll see if that comes down at all. But right now, it looks like it's expanding a little bit even. I think that just comes down to the quality of the pushing coming in that front group because Chris and Wilder, I mean, we've been racing together all season with the Truck Series. Those guys were teammates, of course, so they know how to work with each other as far as that goes. And if you're working together like that, I mean, y'all want to make the money. But if you can put yourselves in a position where it's just a 3-car race at the end, you know all 3 of you are going to make the money.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of the goal at this point, right? Is even if you are racing with some other teammates, let's do what we can do to try to eliminate any outside factor, depending on how many teammates we have, and let's make this a race between us to guarantee that everybody's getting paid. It's just going to be a matter of who gets paid the most.
Well, I don't want Wilder to win. I'll say he's done one enough this season. He won't be able to fit in his car next season if he wins this.
He's got the All-Star race. He's got the regular season championship for the trucks. He almost got the Gen 6 off of Will as well. The truck
Right,
championship.
he wins this, we ain't gonna be able. He's gonna have to have a special made helmet to fit that big noggin.
Well, he can go to HVRL Sim Shop and have that made, I think.
I don't think my machine's that big. Wilder has shown mass improvement over season 2 to 3, though. He really has honed his skills. Calm down.
You know, I attribute that to his teammates this past season.
Weren't you his teammates his first season?
No, I was not his teammate the first season.
Oh, then you were the difference, Mass.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. There's my participation trophy showing its ugly head again.
I'll just cut that plaque in half and send you.
No, that's okay. He can have the whole thing. He can have the whole thing. It's fine.
I didn't know you were his guru.
I'm something. I'm something. Taking a look back at that big group that has the lead car of Brandon Dayhoff, and they are still holding on at the 11, now up to 11.8, almost 9 seconds back from the race lead, so they are not making it work, and I can see why right now. You've got Tim Taylor ripping the outside, not staying in line. That's the big thing. If you could get all of these guys tight together, that would be your best chance, and we are looking at a lot of side drafting going on here from Tim.
Yeah, I think someone just needs to back out, tell him to squeeze in there, and let's go. Let's go catch Will, Braden, and let's go catch his front group.
Yeah, I mean,
communicating and they're just not letting them in.
Well, and I mean, here's the thing, you know, in a points race, in a normal quote unquote race, it doesn't make any sense to side draft anyway. But you know, only the top 3 points are the only top 3 spots are the only places that pay anyway. So, you know, side drafting for 5th, 6th, 7th doesn't matter anyway. Let's all do what we can to put ourselves in the best position possible to pay. And I mean, I get wanting to get in line, but you're not losing anything at all if you just go to the tail end of that line and hop in. And the only thing you're doing right now, side drafting like that, is just costing yourself time and costing yourself a potential chance at getting you some money. So
now he's going out to try to go to the front of the pack.
I don't think it's going to happen.
No, because now he's going to get run back on the inside.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, these guys are 14 seconds down. So
yeah.
Let's see if they can eventually make up any ground. We'll pay attention to that.
They've actually lost a lot of even more time, to be honest. And they're continuing to lose time to the leaders as well. Because every time that there is not a car tucked up to the lead car's back bumper, I mean, you're just losing time. You're bleeding time to the cars in front, and especially to the race leaders. And not to mention, the race leaders continue to gain more and more of these lap cars, these single cars that are by themselves as well, and just continuing to grow that pack. And as soon as they get to the same amount of cars, I mean, you're just going to be even farther down the creek without a paddle.
There they go. Looks like they're all having choice words with Tim there, trying to encourage him to drop in line. And let's catch these guys.
So let's see what happens. Because Will and Deanie, the 2-car tandem, have actually been doing a good job of keeping pace with the guys behind as well. Which you would not expect to hear that from a pack that has multiple cars in it, more than 2. You would think they would be gaining on them and freight training them. Here they go. Forrest and Dayhoff leading that second main pack. And they are starting to now finally chip away at the gap to the race lead.
They're still all about a car length behind each other and still not lined up. Like, you really need to be tighter than that. You can really start gaining some momentum.
I will say there has been some blinking from Stevenson and Grady, so that could be playing a factor as well. Maybe they're worried about that a little bit. But in a situation like this, you kind of have to throw caution to the wind and just kind of give up on that and try to push as hard as you can. I mean, they do have Will and Deanie right in front of them. And if they can
Will is going to jump out of this the first chance he can get.
Yep, he's going to try to get picked up there by Dayhoff, guaranteed.
And I'm sure Dayhoff will be more than happy to...
Nope, he didn't.
Oh, I'm surprised. They must have had a little too much speed.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a statement that sounds obvious when you say it out loud, but you know, as these laps tick off, you know, less and less time there is to kind of limit that gap.
Pit stops.
You know, yeah, pit stops coming into that. I mean, that might help equalize some more of this. That's kind of what got us in this position to begin with. But as these laps continue to tick on, you know, you're really going to have to pick up the pace. These super speedways, again, you need help. It's not like a mile and a half where you know you can pick off a tenth or 2/10 or 3/10 a lap and still have time to get there. If you're not with a group of guys that are literally pushing the issue, you're just going to continue to lose time. And unless we get a yellow, this field is going to continue to get further and further apart.
Well, there we go. Now we have a few more experienced drivers behind the wheel. I mean, Braden is a young kid, and he is newer to it, so he probably didn't have quite the experience. But now who is that? Jace Keller right behind? No, that's Bobby Grady there.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's good for him. As we see that group that just caught him had to go pit. All those guys that pit are not going to be able to make it.
Yeah, with 30 to go. Yeah, Well, I mean, even if you pit now, maybe there's a thought to be had. You go in another 15 laps, and then you can make it to the end from there. But with 30 to go, I mean, we're still going to have another pit stop for anybody that comes down pit road right now. And not only that, all those guys that just came out are also a lap down now, too. Because the race leaders just went by them. That'd be Forrest Martin, Dayhoff, Lanford. That trio lined up. I'll tell you what, though. I'm impressed by Kian. Kian has done a heck of a job at the super speedways. Anything he's racing, he has done a great job. He's always hovering around the top 5, and he found himself a podium, I believe, at Talladega, so good on him.
He is one to always watch out for. Yeah, he does seem to always finish well here. It looks like Wilder and the leaders are coming in this lap, by the way.
I would imagine Williams will join them in that as well. Yep. Everybody getting slowed down. So that'll leave Will. I would imagine he's staying out this lap. Yep, he is. I think Bobby kind of probably wanted to go with Wilder and Chris, but he ended up staying with Kern. I think you kind of have to in the situation as well, just because you got to pit with the guys around you, especially in a situation like this. So,
strength in numbers.
Yep. Now you said 18-ish laps about. Happy for the field?
18.5 is what I got in the beginning of it. So
And-
I don't think anybody's going to be able to do it because
Yeah.
we have some more pits. Kern is on a 15-lap stint right now, so
He's got maybe 2 or 3. Looks like he's staying. Nope, he's coming this
go
time.
Kern. Yeah, he probably seen all those guys, decided he had to.
Oh,
Can't
Bobby.
stay out there.
What a save there from Bobby Grady. He almost locked it up and lost it there.
Whew.
So now Chris leading the way in this lead group, and man, they are lockstep once again. Chris, Wilder, and Fry all lockstep, ready to go, pushing their hearts out, trying to get as far away from everybody else as they can, just on the odd chance that it stays green.
I don't see Chris and Wilder if it stays green and Kian messing this up, but a caution sure does change everything.
Absolutely.
And I mean, the front pack, those guys that have been up front with all this, they're hoping this thing stays green, but pretty much everybody else is just praying for a caution at this point.
Anybody not named Weiniger, Wilder, and Fry are hoping for a caution. Absolutely. And they want it to happen where, I would say, probably where you are in your fuel window as well. So you can just go down, pit, come, and not have to worry about it at all anymore. I would say that's probably where everybody's at. Keane kind of falling off a little bit from Wilder as well there. Oh, no. Did Will get a... Oh, Will just pit by himself, didn't he? That's right. No, he didn't. He got a penalty, didn't he? Yeah, he did.
Who's that? I'm sorry.
Kern. Kern got a penalty.
Oh, did he?
He was in his pit box for 48 seconds. So that puts him probably out of contention unless he gets a caution at this point.
And notably, too, not that it's going to make that big of a difference, but it appears that front pack did lose a car in that pit exchange. So going to be down to 3 here in this pack. That's going to slow them down ever so slightly. Looks like we got a pair of 2 and then another car kind of straggling on behind them. We'll see if they're all able to get linked up and maybe catch this pack.
Forrest Martin is about 11 seconds down, and they do have a group of 5 with them. So,
and Dayhoff is the second car in that group, so they should be able to start chipping away at the race lead. Should.
That's a pretty good group of drivers there. They should be able to.
They only gained about a 10th down the backstretch. You'd like to see a little bit more with that many cars in the group, but yeah.
How important is it, Bryce, to keep everything tight right here when you're trying to catch these leaders?
Oh, it's everything. I mean, you got to be tight, you got to be smooth, and you have to really, you have to maximize the temps and you have to maximize the amount of time that you're pushing, right? It's very important to manage your temps in the corner, and you want to try to be on the person in front of you. You want to be on that bumper pretty much the whole time down the back straightaway. And if you're comfortable, same thing on the front straightaway as well. I mean, we're at lap 102. We got 23 going to be coming to 22 laps to go when they cross the line. I mean, you don't have to get it all in one lap. If you can get a steady pace, you can get 2-3 tenths a lap on the guys in the front. That's going to be crucial. And then because here's what a lot of people don't realize: if I'm 2 seconds back to the leader, I don't have to make up all of that 2 seconds. I just need to get within a second or whatever the draft window is. In this case, it's a 3-car, tandem up front. So I just need to get to the draft of that 3rd place car, and then I'm there. The other, 4 or 5 tenths, whatever that is, that's going to come naturally. So you just got to be smooth. You got to stay connected, and you just have to optimize the amount of time that you're pushing and making a charge.
Right, and what Bryce is talking about there is we've seen that the top 3 really just gained a little bit of time on this group of 5 because sometimes they're close, and then sometimes they're a half a car length or a car length away from each other. And Chris and Fry and Wilder is up there just staying pretty tight with each other.
And looking behind them, right, that group that was a 2 and a 1, that's going to be Reno Connor, Shane Williams, and William Kerman. Now, I don't know about you, but if I've got those 3 cars behind me, if I'm that lead pack, they're all a lap down. Fall back to them. Get that a 6-car group and really give yourselves an advantage, because if that 6-car group can really make it work out front, they are just going to run away. There's no way that anybody's going to be able to catch them. As it is, they're being able to gain time on the guys that are sitting in 4th, 5th, 6th, so on and so forth. But if they've got 6 cars in that group, there's no way they're going to catch them. No way. The only way they're going to catch them is if it's a caution.
Well, it's faster and you save fuel as well, right? I mean,
right.
If you let that pack in front of you go, I mean, Chris right now, he's been up front for a majority of the stint. He's burning the most fuel. Wilder and let me see who. Yeah,
Keane.
Wilder and Keane. I mean, they're kind of just chilling out right now. I mean, they're definitely burning fuel at a higher rate than guys in a pack, but if Chris has to peel off in pit, that hurts Wilder and Kean. So if that little gaggle of 3 can get in front of them, and they can do that without losing too much time and save fuel, that's going to help get them to the end, or at least get closer to the end while maintaining and picking up pace. So you're really just kind of forcing the issue on 2 fronts there.
Yeah, absolutely. 20 to go, so we are about 2 laps away from the fuel window opening up as well. So if we can get to that, then it's all all bets are off. I mean, it doesn't matter what happens from there. If you can make it, you're good to go.
You do not want to be one of this front group and have one of these. You can't afford to lose one of these 3. Because 3 is about the minimum you can roll with.
Yeah.
And if Kean or Wilder or Chris spin out or speed here, that could be really devastating for that front group.
I mean, they've done a good job of being conservative on entry and not putting themselves in a position to lose that much time. So I would expect them to continue to do so.
These guys gained over a second on the other group since we were last talking about them. And that's, like Bryce said, that is the importance of you really got to tighten it up when you're in that group. You just can't have a car 6 all willy-nilly out there. That's not going to work if you're not tight.
You got to be tight. You got to be pushing as much as you can. And if you're comfortable pushing 3-car tandem, then great, do it. But in these cars, like Bryce was saying, it's tough because they are so aggressive on the draft, and the closing speeds are incredibly difficult to handle. As the race leader comes by, 18 laps to go, so they should theoretically be good to go down pit road anytime now and make it to the end of the race. But I would imagine they're going to try to stretch it as much as they can just in the event that there is a caution. And that lead to the 4th place car is still hovering around 12.2 as well. And they continue to gain time through the corners as well. So again, that just goes back to the quality of the pushes down the backstretch and then being able to manage those temps through the corners. And they do stay out, the lead pack does. And looking back here, just Dayhoff and Martin really getting tight to each other. Lanford trying to make something happen and push as closely as he can. But again, a 5-car tandem should be gaining on that lead pack, and they are not doing that.
Oh, and how spread out we are right now as well. I mean, again, the likelihood for a caution just continues to decrease. So it's going to be interesting to see, again, if the yellow does come out or if anybody does make a mistake, because that's ultimately what it's going to take for this thing to get spiced up.
Well, with green flag pit stops coming too, the likelihood of a spin going into pit road causing a caution could be increased as well. So, I mean, there is that to think about. As Reno Connor did come down pit road that time. He did go down by himself, though, so nobody joining him. Looks like KLD's teammate will join him, but a little bit farther back.
I'm really looking at KT Post, that group when they pit, see if they can make a mean time, because I think they can run down that second group.
They can definitely probably catch Bobby. Bobby, I think, is on his own. Let's take a look where Grady is. Now, Grady does have John Shields with him, but that's a 2-car group, and KT leading that group with Randy Post and Everly and Ryan Stevenson. Those guys really should be able to, again, same deal. They should be able to generate a lot of time just by staying tight to each other. If they can do that, they'll be in good shape.
Yeah, I just think this third group has a little bit more experienced drivers in that group, so I expect them to have a little bit better pit stops in the second group, and maybe it will make some time. So we'll see after this set of pit stops here.
Nobody blinking going down pit road yet. Again, kind of the same deal as what I was saying. They're trying to stretch it as long as they can because the yellow does come out late in this race. For green-white checkers, you don't want to have to come down pit road if you don't have to.
Looks like a lot of the drivers in that second group are pitting, though, right now.
Dayhoff, Martin, Dini, and Lanford coming down. That's going to... We'll see what they can do. If they can generate any more time. Now, Bryce, if you're Chris Weiniger, Wilder, and Fry, do you just keep stretching it as long as you can, or do you go down now that you see the group behind you's pit?
You stretch it out as far as you can. One, it's less fuel you have to put in it. And two, I mean, if these guys that are, already behind you have to pit, there's a possibility that they could trap them a lap down as well, right? And if that caution comes out, that's going to change the strategy as well. So, I mean, the more people that are a lap down, the less people you have to race for the end of it. So, I mean, I'm in favor of going as far as we can and try to trap as many people a lap down.
Right now, they're going to be gaining on Lanford, Dini. They already got Martin. Where did Dayhoff go? Did Dayhoff get a penalty? I think Dayhoff
He's
might
coming
have
out right now.
Yeah. Dayhoff got a penalty, 48.77 on pit road in his pit box. So that's going to be a penalty for the 51 that will cost them, or cost him rather, a chance at the win. Oh, a lot of closing speed on the car in front here. That's going to be Dini. Wide berth given to the lap car. That'll put Dini in this group of the leaders.
That's another car to help, at least temporarily until they pit.
Now, the one thing I will say is Dini has had a history of running into the back car when they go down to pit road. He almost took somebody out earlier on when they went down to pit. So, got to have some awareness there for the 16.
In fact, it was Chris he almost hit, but yep. Chris did call pretty late. But it looks like they're on lap 17 here. It looks like the first, the front six are on the 17 lap stand. So they don't have much time.
I'll say P4, 5, and 6 are also a half a track behind as well. And McCann, Everly, and Post are coming down now.
And so is the leaders.
Yeah, that's good, I think. They'll come down, top off. That'll give them 10 laps to the end. Good job of Braden getting out of the way that time, getting high, getting away from everybody coming down pit road.
Oh, Chris.
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 He locked it up. He saved it, though. But did he speed? That's going to be the key.
Ooh.
As we look over at the box to see if there's a penalty posted for the 53.
Sometimes the bright lights.
Oh, man, the bright lights. Not the bright lights. So right now that leaves Dini as the potential race leader.
And Weiniger is good. He's a little loose off pit road, but he is good.
All right. Kean gets out in front of everybody, though. And Dini's coming off of turn 4, so that should leave the lead group to be there on their own. I don't know if Fry was waiting up for the other two, trying to let them stay tight so we could make it work to the end, or what it was, but well, there goes Wilder to the outside.
Kern has made his way up into 5th position, but he has not pit yet. I'm sure he is praying for a caution right now in the next few laps.
And he's riding in the middle of the group that he's in right now as well. Maybe trying to save fuel. I cannot imagine saving. I mean, how many laps has he gone? What's his stint right now?
He's pitting right now.
He's pitting this time, so
Well, I don't know if anybody's going to be going with him or not, but nope, by himself. So he'll be losing that P5. In fact, he already has. He lost to the couple group in the group that were there with him.
All right, so next group that can catch these guys is
Way back.
really is Colt Lanford and Forrest Martin, but they do have 2 lap guys right in front of them with Cale Deese and Reno Connor that they're working with. So,
And
about
they're
to
also
pick up Brady.
Deanie. Yeah, I'll say they're about to pick up Deanie as well.
And Kern is done. He is retired.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Colton in that group is just now passing pit entry, coming to the start-finish line, and these guys are already halfway down the backstretch. It's and unless all 4 of these guys blow up or there's a yellow, I don't see anything happening.
Well, I will say K&W is known for blowing up a car at
And wrecking their teammates.
And wrecking their teammates. So, got to watch out for that. But I don't think they're going to be. I think they're going to play it smart here. They're not going to be trying to do anything crazy.
Who's going to go for that $100 bill, though?
You know, maybe they've been
willing
listening.
I'm willing to bet that this group here, when they do elect to go for it, I bet you none of them cross the start-finish line with their nose in front. They'll be sideways, backwards, upside down, everything in between.
I say they already missed out on the flip money, so I mean, hey.
I wouldn't put it past them.
6.5 laps to go for those guys, though. And again, if you're the group behind them, you know, Colton Lanford and all those guys, you are banking on a caution. You are praying for a caution. Anything to get you back in the running. But like we've said, as spread out as it is, the likelihood of that is very low. I would say slim to none, but I don't want to curse it. So, very low.
Well, luckily for these guys up here in the front pack, this is not the NASCAR final playoff race at Phoenix. So, you know, no need to have a late race caution, but, you know, we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, we could have Happy accidentally slip and hit that button on a stream deck just like they did in the All-Star race and decide when they want to throw a caution and really spice this thing up.
Oh, man. Promoter's caution. Oh, man. I got a feeling the 3 in front would be livid if we did something stupid like that. Because they have done an excellent job through this green flag run of maintaining themselves and putting themselves in position to be the only 3 left with a shot at the money.
I say screw it, throw it. Give everybody their laps back, throw it.
Well, 4 to go here.
Man, that'd be wonderful. I think I see debris coming through a beer can out there.
Debris.
debris in turn 3. Put it out. Oil on the track.
It's raining in turn 3. Just a well-executed race, though, from these guys at the front. Honestly, they've just done a great job of sticking together, giving themselves all a chance here at the end.
And that's really all it boils down to, right? I mean, luckily, these guys, you know, at least Sean and Chris, and I know, like you guys have said, Kian has been here for a long time as well. But, you know, as far as Chris and Sean, you know, they've been teamed together for a couple seasons now. And, I mean, I think they've executed the game plan perfectly right. Of course, we both want that $100, but let's make as many people out of contention for that $100 as possible. and then we'll go for it at the end. And like I said, I mean, the execution from them up to this point has been absolutely fantastic. You got two, you know, if you're Chris and Sean, you've got two quote unquote stragglers to deal with, you know, in Key and Fry. Well, really just one, because the other guy's a lap down. So,
Yep.
I mean, it's a 2v1 no matter what you do. So if they can kind of get themselves in an honorable position, they can go for it, right? I mean, $100, I think it's what, 175 and 40. Either way, they're making money tonight. It's just going to be a matter of who makes the most.
A little bit less than that, just because we didn't have the full 30 participants tonight. So it's 150 and 25, but still. Oh no.
Oh, no.
No.
Bobby Grady.
Destroyed.
What happened?
A push gone wrong in the trioval.
Oh,
Yep, you called it.
Man.
John Shields pushing him hard in the trioval, gets offset just a little bit on the right side and head on to the wall.
Well, there's actually debris on the track now, so I mean, hey. And the car's broke too.
Debris, oil, hurt feelings.
You know, tie
So
rods,
much.
everything. Oh man.
That is going to make things interesting.
That it is. Hey, we didn't have to throw it. We just cursed it instead. It's all good. Oh boy.
Well, that just ramps up. But you know, in all honesty, it's not what you want to see if you're Chris or you're Sean, but they've been in control for majorities of this race, right? And they work together. They're teammates off the track, you know, not officially here because, again, it's not a sanctioned event, if you will, but these guys know what they need to do to get it done. Sure, does this bring more people into the equation? Absolutely. But, you know, at the end of the day, regardless of how you get there, you got to win. You got to be the best to make the cash. So we'll see how well these two can work together to try to leave it in between them.
And with that, we'll have 11 on the lead lap. Tim Taylor going to get his lap back, so that's going to be 12 on the lead lap. So 12 people with a shot here in overtime to get into the money. Boy. But we were talking all along. This is what those guys needed that were back in the pack farther in that second group from 4th to 6th and so on and so forth. They needed the caution. They finally get one. And it really is just like the NASCAR race at Phoenix all over again. Only we're not going to see 7 wide in the like we did in the truck race. Holy crap.
Hey, let's get it interesting. Let's see 8 wide.
Might as well, right? See who decides to go down pit road and top off. There goes Lanford. That's a lot of people coming down pit road to top off and maybe get some tires too. I would bet money they're going down for tires.
I mean, if you're not first through third, you have literally nothing to lose. Sure, a decent amount of people stay out, but you know, on the course of a run, tires aren't the most important thing. But when you get to these late race restarts and you're having to make aggressive moves, cuts to the left, cuts to the right, and evasive maneuvers, tires are never a bad thing in this case. So I don't disagree with the call. I think that, you know, again, if you're out of the money, no point in not doing it. So yeah. I'm all for it. We'll see what happens. Unless your name is Denny Hamlin, then, you know, should have took 2, I guess. I don't know.
Should have took 2. Yep. Man. If you're Tim Taylor, you might as well do the same thing. You got your lap back, go around, go in, get tires, maybe a little bit of fuel just to be there in case there's another overtime, I guess. I mean, that'd make the most sense to me. I don't think he's going to, though. No, he didn't go down pit road. I think that's a mistake. I think being the lucky dog, you go down there, you top off, you get everything you need to get a chance at, because you're going to be starting at the back of the field anyway. You might as well.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know exactly what their fuel situation is looking like too, but if the session was set up correctly, what I'm hearing behind the scenes is we may have potentially a lot of green-white checkers. So at what point, again, depending on how close these guys on fuel, does that come into the equation?
Right. Yeah. You don't want to be in the race lead and have to come down pit road to get fuel and fuel in particular, and tires potentially too. And Kean goes down pit road there. That's going to be a 40-second hold.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to need to take the green flag, try to get down pit road immediately, and hope that there's a quick caution. I mean, or he's pretty much taken himself out of it at this point.
Yeah.
Well, very interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm wondering if he didn't have enough fuel and didn't realize it until it was too late. So, yeah, that's going to leave us with 11 with a chance because Kean's going to have to go down and serve a penalty. But overtime, first one, you got to believe that Wilder and Chris are going to communicate what's happening here on this restart. Make sure that they're in line to help each other as best as they can.
Yeah, just try to eliminate the amount of people that have a chance to win it.
Absolutely. Lights off on the pace car. We're coming through turns 3 and 4 now.
Looks like Kean got a black flag too, pitting a little too early.
Late.
Yeah, late. Sorry.
He pit the second time around. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah. So he's going to get
unfortunate decision.
Yeah, he's going to have a 40-second hold, so he's going to be out of the money here unless there's a quick caution. Even then, he'll still be down a lap by that point too, I would imagine.
Oh, here we go. This is potentially for it all.
All right, green flag flies.
See, Randy Post can get in some money too.
Yep.
I think he needs another chair.
He needs a better chair.
Get a lot of good soft cushions for $100.
Yeah, you can. You can get some decent ones for 50 too as well. Big push on the bottom here.
This is where things get interesting. Patience is out the window. These guys have been riding around by themselves for a long time too, so that's all stuff that could come into play here as these pushes get bigger. The car gets more and more unsettled. You see Sean Wilder up front right now. Winegar kind of gets shuffled back. Wilder trying to do the best he can to block 2 lanes, just barely gets it done. They're going to be making a run on the outside though. White flag going to be in the air. One more lap to go here at Daytona for the money. Who will walk away with the cash? Stay tuned.
And on the outside for us, Martin. Oh, to the outside wall. Big time junk, and that's going to leave a bunch of guys on the inside getting through.
Still reckon.
Wilder leading the inside lane now.
Oh, my carnage out there.
Dini in second. KT goes to the outside. He's got Keller and... Is that Everly? Yeah, it is Everly. Keller and Everly on the outside. Side drafts coming. KT leading the way right now.
And KT going to try to do the same thing Wilder did. Going to try to block as many lanes as possible. He needs to try to protect that right rear at all costs. You see the one gets loose. Going to be able to save it. It looks like this will be KT's race, but will Braden get 99? Sean Wilder, it's going to be close for P2. It looks like KT has it locked down. KT going to walk away your winner here tonight. Wow, what a finish. A lot to go over there.
That was
There it is.
crazy. But KT does get the win. Wow. I'm at a loss. That was insane. I mean, we knew it was going to be insane, but that was insane.
I mean, was it going to happen any other way?
It's a super speedway, man. It never happens any other way.
I never want to see my only Daytona race actually finish under a long green. I don't think I've ever seen one.
Man. Tell you what, though, Everly finishes in 4th. He is having a great show of form here to close out Season 3 of Trucks and start the off-season right.
Man, I think Forrest Martin kind of got up in the wall there and kind of, I don't know if he caused it, but he was the result of that anyway. It looks like just maybe an off-center push from Colton there got Forrest in the wall and kind of domino affected everything else there.
Yeah, and then, I mean, coming to the line, Jace Keller tries to tuck in behind KT. Wilder has the draft. He gets to that left rear, and I mean, hell of a job by Keller to keep it under him. Contact there with Braden, but still, yeah, crazy finish there. We'll have to go back and, like you said, really see what happened there with the big one. But yeah, that was, like I said, that was just about everything that we knew it was going to be right there.
Let's go and try to take a look at it.
I bet Chris wishes he would have made it 100 laps now.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Yeah, so a little bit
because they had that thing won.
And speaking of which, yeah, so you see Colton gets to the rear bumper there of Forrest, and as Colton gets there, he kind of makes a little bit of a move, gets offset to the right, gets actually a bump from Chris, and that kind of offsets Colton's car and gives him kind of a lunge forward, gets Forrest there on the right rear, and then, I mean, it's death at that point. I mean, there's nothing anybody can do. Wrecking in front of the field, and I mean, that could have been a lot bigger than it was, but yeah, a lot of cars taken out in that one.
I mean, everybody died there. Tim Taylor, how did Tim find a way through that? I'm gonna be honest with you there. Holy cow, that man! Oh man, is Stevenson gonna get him there? No, he doesn't hit him either. So Tim just, I mean, from the free pass all the way around, gets through all of the junk there, and ends up finishing in the 6th position behind Jace Keller and Daniel Everly. But man, what a race. Wow. That was insanity there on the last lap coming across for the white flag.
Jace Keller coming out of 4, I thought he was taking out, he was going to come across and take out Walder, which in turn would take out Braden and take out the other guy. And I thought it was just going to be a KT and whoever can get it straightened out. But we see Jace Keller hit Wilder really hard, and I don't know how Wilder did not spin there because he really got hit hard in that right rear quarter panel. So just amazing for Wilder how he kept that thing straight.
Yeah, probably a little bit of net code actually in his favor. I'm going to go looking at his cockpit right now, and yeah, I mean, Wilder didn't even have to correct the car. So
net code for
gets
sure.
Blessed. Yeah, gets blessed by the net code there. But yeah, I mean, hindsight obviously 2020, but I think what costs Keller the race here is KT and Keller both get clear of Wilder going into turn 3. KT kind of holds the middle. I would have liked to just seen Keller get to the bottom. I mean, KT kind of holds the middle, but favors the bottom, if anything. I would have liked Keller to kind of tuck in behind KT there.
Yep.
And back up just a little bit to get a run. You know Wilder's going to try to make a move anyway, so you kind of, as long as you're the first to make the move, I mean, he could have got KT's right rear there and made it close to have a shot, but, I mean, still able to finish in 5th. Unfortunately, not going to make any money tonight, but, I mean, that could have been a lot worse.
Absolutely. And you'll take that if that's the start to your season at Daytona as well, as far as points go. But yeah, no, it's still a good showing, and Everly with a good showing. Deeney finishes in 3rd. That's all you can ask for. A chance at some money, and as one of the ARCA guys and one of the upcoming truck drivers as well, 16 Adini did a good job and puts himself in the money. And then Wilder gets 2nd. I know that he wanted to get that win, and they definitely had that under wraps if that stayed green. For sure. Kean, and Chris had that under wraps. But, I mean, that's how it goes. Those cautions come at the right time for some people, and KT is the big benefactor of that.
And sometimes the The lights are just too bright, you know?
That they are.
Well, I know there's some guys there that wanted to be interviewed. I guess you can just grab some if you want right there in the waiting room.
Yeah, we absolutely can. Let's.
Because I don't think we could talk to Braden. I think he's in the ARCA channel.
I looked over there and I didn't even see him in there. So, yeah, we'll grab Jace. That'll work. Jace Keller, you finished in the 5th position. How you feeling after that race, there, buddy?
That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Man, it was chaos that last handful of laps. But I mean, take me through the end of that race there for you.
Well, I mean, I got a little bit of gas going to that last restart, and I knew if I just had to be aggressive with my pushes based off of where I restarted at. And then once I saw that wreck happen, I just went for whatever I could get with, man. I thought I took Sean at the end there, but I got lucky.
The net code, we were just talking about that a minute ago, was I think he got blessed by net code, and I think it kind of carried over to you a little bit too, because your car was completely sideways on the straightaway, and then all of a sudden it just snapped straight after you got that little bit of a bump, and it worked out in favor for you. So, I mean, 5th place is nothing to sneeze at for sure, but I know you wanted some money. But anyway, yeah, good race overall.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, it wasn't even about the money, man. I enjoy racing with y'all every week, and these next few weeks are gonna suck because then I have no one to race with.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be some recruitment races for Xfinity and some stuff for ARCA potentially as well. And so I mean it'll still be a fun time here in the off season. We try to make some fun things happen. Plus I think we have another money race on tap here pretty soon as well. So I mean obviously that's always a fun time. So
Yeah, this is the first off season I've had with HVRL, and I was like, man, I know it's only a few weeks, but that's a long time.
It feels like forever. Feels like forever. But
Oh yeah.
all right, Jace.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for race days, man. But
oh yeah, anybody you want to shout out before we let you go, Jace?
shout out my teammates. I thought we did a pretty good job on strategy until about middle of the race there. But I want to shout out Sean Wilder too for not being angry with me just now. I thought I killed him. We were just laughing it off here a second ago. So yeah, shout out to everybody in HVRL and everyone who paid and raced today. It was a whole lot of fun.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we'll get you out of here, Jace. Congratulations on the top 5, buddy.
I appreciate it.
We can grab Braden Deeney. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Let's grab Braden. All right, Braden Deeney, you get the 3rd place finish. How you feeling, bud?
I'm feeling great. That was a close finish. I was having some trouble with the internet all race. I was on my screen. I was going straight as an arrow, but on everyone else's screen, I was flying across the track. So it's a wonder that I even survived that race, let alone finish 3rd.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, to battle it out there. I mean, you're coming up from the ARCA series for next season, and you really showed your mettle there, getting that 3rd place finish. And how you could take that momentum into the season next season?
Oh, hopefully. Hopefully I'm getting better at ovals. Yeah. I hope that I can carry that momentum into next season and try and get a good finish.
Awesome.
Last season wasn't the best for me.
Well,
that was my first time racing ovals last season, so I've got a little bit more training with these amazing races, and I'm feeling really confident for next season.
That's good. You showed a lot of speed there at the end of the ARCA season, so that's awesome to hear that you're starting to feel a little more confidence as well going into season 2 of ARCA and season 4 of trucks. Yeah. Well, you're a little bit richer here as well with the win, so congratulations on that in the 3rd place.
Thank you.
Anybody you want to shout out, Braden, before we let you go?
Yeah, I'd like to thank out Thad and Brent for emotional support during the race after, Brent was out and Thad was 19 laps down. And I also want to shout out my mum for watching this. She was also emotional support. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Braden. Well, we'll let you
Thank
go.
you.
Congratulations on third, buddy.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
Pretty good kid there.
Yeah.
Definitely our youngest competitor here in HVRL, and I believe say
Absolutely.
13 or 14.
13 or 14
So,
years old. Yeah, and you know what? He's very smart. He's done a good job of learning this season as well, and has done a great job. I think he's picked up a lot of pace on the ovals, especially the short ovals in particular. So good on him. And
I think he's a lot better than his the Australian internet over here. The ping is known for being crazy. So
yeah.
I believe that does have a lot to do with it. So I believe Braden does have some skill. Just stay a little bit smoother. I think he can make something happen here maybe next season.
Yeah. All right, let's grab P2. Sean Wilder finishing in second. I know that's not what you wanted, but hey, I mean, overall, avoiding the mass chaos that happened behind you coming to the white flag and finishing in second, you walk away with some money. How you feeling?
All right. I mean, it was fun. It's not my favorite type of track, but I mean, I kind of had fun. Me and Chris were just kind of cruising there for a while.
Yep.
With Kian behind us, and we thought we had a good spot, and then caution came out, and that kind of messed everything up. It was going to be between me, Kian, and Chris for sure, but oh well, that's how these things work out sometimes. So.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And cap off a Truck Series championship with a second place finish in a money race. Can't be too upset about that, obviously. But yeah, I mean, talk through your race a little bit. I mean, you guys were kind of dominant there at the last little bit, but I mean, where was your mind once that caution came out?
Not good. I mean, I didn't. I just saw a car like sideways going into turn one. I'm like, no. And like, I had to go to the bathroom really bad, dude. So that green white check there was not helping that situation. And then I think on that white, coming across for the white flag there, I'm looking back at that now that Chris got into that. I mean, I think a lot more guys would have been in it and maybe a little bit better finish at the end if all them guys survived that front stretch incident there. But anyways, yeah, Braden just didn't have anybody behind him to push. So when the 95 to 1 and then somebody else went with them, they kind of blew by us. So on the bottom. So just is what it is. That's how these races go. And still a fun time. It was good. We had some fun chatting in our chat. So
That's the most important part. It's all the fun that you had along the way.
oh yeah, we had a blast.
All right, Sean, anybody you want to shout out before we let you go, buddy?
No, thank you guys for doing the broadcast, and that's it. I should win the best paint job though, for sure. Yes.
That already got decided.
Need a recount on that one.
That already got decided a bit ago. All
All right, man.
We'll
see
catch
you guys.
We'll catch you later, Sean.
All right.
And we'll take a look as we talk with our race winner here, KT McCannon, the number 95. Man, I don't think you expected to be in this position with like 6 or 7 to go, did you?
Oh no, we were back there just at that point. We were just cracking jokes and just running our mouths. It's like, well, this is as far as we're going.
Man, and then the chaos ensued. You were thankfully for yourself on the bottom when that happened and not able to be touched by anything that happened coming to the white flag. Once the skies cleared, how are you feeling about your chances?
If I could get a run and get somebody to push me, I knew I was good. I had the 66 that was one car behind me, and we had been working together the whole race. I was trying to get hooked up with him, but I think him and the other one got together, and then it was a mess coming to the checkered, but it worked out pretty good, I think.
Yeah, race win for you, and capping off a good season. You finished third in the Gen 6 season, and now you got a money win here, and trying to carry some momentum into next season as well. I know you were running trucks. You're running Xfinity as well, right? Those are the only 2 series you're running?
Yeah, if I could. Wednesday is kind of weird in the middle of the week to be up that late. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah. Well, taking some momentum as well. I mean, you've been pretty quick, especially in the Gen 6 lately, and now with a race win here for for some money, obviously you're going to be one to be watching out for in both series this season.
I appreciate that, but actually, it's feast or famine. I'm either last or in the top 10. That's about. There's no middle ground, man.
Yeah.
Man, KT was even gonna be in this race. I think it was kind of a last minute. I don't think you paid your entry.
No,
like an hour or two before the race.
After our race last night, our last race of the season, we sat at the campground having adult beverages and bacon and sausage till like my phone said 1 o'clock, and I forgot it changed, so it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I've been sick all day, so I'm like, man, I don't even want to do this.
Well, aren't you glad you came now?
Yeah, I was a little bit upset early. I was like, well, this is just going to work out real good.
I probably paid for all your camping adult beverages.
There you go. There you go. Got your money back.
Nah, I bum adult beverages.
All right, KT, anybody you want to shout out before we let you go?
Man, thanks to the 66 for the help all day, man. Him and Randy Post, we pretty much, I don't know, it felt like I was around the 66 and Randy the whole race. And I mean, we just worked together and just stayed in line and just, it worked out pretty good.
Awesome. All right. Well, KT, congratulations on the race win. We'll catch you later, buddy.
All right. Thank y'all for everything. I'll go back and watch the broadcast tomorrow. Should be fun.
Absolutely. KT gets the win. And yeah, it was a heck of a race and a long one for sure. It's almost 11 o'clock here in the East Coast, and I get to get up at 5 a.m., so that's going to be the blast for me. But it was a good time. Bryce, appreciate you hopping in the booth with us and talking us through the Super Speedway racing.
Yeah, man, just like old times, some things, you know, what do they say? Sometimes the more things change, the more they stay the same, right? So it was fun to be up here. And like you said, it's 11 p.m. I've got a newborn child that's probably going to keep me up all night anyway, and then I get to get up and clock in for work too. So
there you go.
Maybe next time, yeah, this race should be like, I don't know, 10 laps long, maybe? I don't know.
Or 80, like, you know, 10 laps,
right?
20 laps less, something like that. We'll see. But,
well, they definitely got their money's worth tonight.
Yes, absolutely. It was a long race. It was a fun race. But yeah, that's going to do it for us here at High Velocity Racing League. For everybody here, we appreciate everybody stopping by and watching, and everybody who raced. And we will catch you guys in a little bit. Off-season time for us here, so we'll be back shortly for some more fun.
Goodbye.